Morning, 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 morning. Mick, morning. Morning, morning. Hey, Mick, what kind of genre of music you listen to? Other than worship? Carol, morning. Carol, how long you been coming to Descaled? What's the deal, Pickle?
What are you gonna do if he says dubstep?
Do what, CJ?
So what are you gonna do if he says dubstep?
If he says what?
Dubstep.
Oh, oh, he said worship and rock. Yeah, but what kind of rock? What kind of rock? Did you hear the new rock song I played yesterday, Mick? What kind of rock are you talking about? Like, there's like, I hate to say it, but I think we got like 15 different kinds now. Yo, what's the word? You dumb, bro. Eric, stupid. Hey, bro, you can't be stealing my thing, bro. That's what I say when I go on your live, bro. What's the word? What's the word? 2 years? The word is you are the greatest thing God's ever made. You are his garden. I'll tell you what, you take that truth right there, everything else would be a wrap if you could understand that one thing. This song right here, I sang this song for years before I actually turned it into a full song. That one you sent me was fire. The one I sent you? Oh, that's Eric. Oh, hey, did you do what I told you to do, bro? You and your wife, y'all close y'all's eyes and listen to that. Shoot, you better have. That song is, if you understand what's being said in that song, Eric, the one I sent you, oh, song is fire. I'm telling you, I poured my heart in that song, bro. Well, I poured my heart in all of them. There's a couple that they didn't take a whole lot of heart. One of them is which one was where I feel like I didn't really pour my heart. There is one. The good report, man, that one was so easy to write. Good report. I put on the headphones. It was like oh yeah, dude, that song is straight fire. They don't see them. But the shadows are their brightest day, but to them they are in the garden though. That's what's up. Yeah, heck yeah, dude. As a teacher, it's easy to get others. Can I join, sir? Like, can you quit talking? The seat.
Nah, you're not allowed.
I mean, Lord, in that great day, if you want to stay.
I want to see you perform this live in a concert. Rap.
I could actually perform every one of these songs except for the women singing.
But can you rap? Everybody can say words.
Listen, most people, if they have an ear for rap, they can rap. You understand?
Yeah.
So, like, if you hear these songs, I'm the one that put this together. I can. I really can. Now, if I would have put a lot of time and effort in it, you know what I mean? Like, I'd be a lot better. But rap just wasn't a huge thing. I mean, I listened to it, but it wasn't a huge thing for me. But the one thing I like about rap songs, you can say a lot. You can say a lot, bro.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm waiting for the first Eminem AI to come out.
Eminem?
He does like books.
Oh yeah.
He does like books and
Good morning, Les. What's going on, Les? Good morning. You had me jamming with these tracks yesterday. Les, did you go look up descaled music? Did you go look it up? You could have been jamming without us. I mean, you're welcome to jam with us. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You were jamming then. God's response was simple. Why you crying to me? Take the ride, the Red Sea split over and over again. The ride proved itself to be the authority of God. When the vipers came, it was the brazen serpent on the ride that became the aim. Joshua only won the battle because the ride was lifted up once again. When Christ came, he said all authority was. I'm a truck driver, had clocking miles with ease. I bet. You're a truck driver? Hey, Mick, did Mick answer my question?
That's funny.
Hey, Mick, what kind of rock music you like? I ride in your hand. Now go.
He said 3 Doors Down or Creed as an example.
Oh, yeah, Creed. Yeah. I love Creed. Classic rock. I like classic rock too. Yeah, 3 Doors Down's cool. The way their music is. I don't think I'm gonna have any Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd crazy. I think this group is crazy, man. But I know there's a couple of songs that I made that it kind of might sound like Creed. I don't think any sound like 3 Doors Down, but there's a few that might sound like Creed, like where the guy can sing really well. Obviously, I'm probably not going to make them for a while. They're down the list. I try to put them together the best I can. But as a hater, all you can do is ridicule me. Y'all all drop. Y'all are diverse. Oh yeah, buddy. What?
I said, yeah.
Yeah, we look like heaven. That's what John said.
Yeah, many tongues actually. Persian, mostly Persian.
Mostly Persian. Yeah. Hey Mick, you heard this one yet? Unpredictable. Put a yes or no in there. Morning. When you making descaled bluegrass, I actually have a bluegrass. I don't like the blues. Bluegrass, just I don't know, man. It's I don't know. It don't really sound that well, man. Because bluegrass is, but I do have a few of them actually that's like bluegrass, but they're down to. Remind me again. Just keep reminding me, Mike. I'll get one out there eventually. Mick, did you get to hear this one yet, or did he leave already? Hey, what y'all doing for y'all's wives for Valentine's Day, man? You know, girls, they still want to play that crap. So you kind of gotta play around with it a little bit. What are y'all doing for y'all's wives, man? Don't say nothing. Don't be a loser.
We'll probably go out to eat.
Lame. You can go out to eat. Lame. Lame. You ain't gonna do nothing more than that.
How much?
Dinner and a
How much
movie,
you want on
Dustin.
this week?
Lame. What the heck? Dinner and a movie. We're not in high school. Talking about dinner and a movie. Y'all do that when it's not. Come on, man. Y'all, bro. You know what? Look, it'd be best for you not even to tell me. Whoever, guys, just don't even answer, bro. Just act like you didn't hear me. You know I'm gonna give you the bit. It better be good. You can't stop serenading your woman, man. Don't do that. Angel Marie, he ain't doing nothing. What? What the heck? Bring him over here for about a couple of months. Well, listen, I'm gonna say something real quick. Y'all see my heifer come in this room? Y'all better tell me immediately, because I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm gonna do for my heifer for Valentine's. I just checked, she ain't in here, so I gotta make it quick. I wrote a song for her. It's called Burn Together. If you don't like country, just swipe. If you don't like country music, just swipe. I'm gonna play it. Burn Together. Y'all see her in here, y'all better say something. But I'm going fishing. But if I had the right bait, I'd take you on a date. I didn't get a good look, but I cracked a grin and set that hook, because I can tell she'll be a fighter. If I was brighter, my career would be a firefighter. To know how to put out her flames, we have to burn together. Alone is not the same. Boy, I'm glad she came. Dating has never been the same. You put them all to shame. Why waste time playing an arcade? You will be my game. From a gondola ride to a camping trip by my side, to my bride, there's no pride, I already know. She'll be a fighter. If I was brighter, my career would be a firefighter. To know how to put out her flame, we have to burn together. Alone is not the same. Boy, I'm glad she came. Mike said, "Let me get that song." It's been 5 years now since we took our vows to dog a house on some land. Man, it's been grand. Soon a baby will be on its way, and that's not a cliche. I just pray it's a boy, because if a dame, I don't know what boy will be able to put out that flame. Because, like her mama, she'll be a fighter. If I was brighter, my career would be a firefighter. To know how to put out her flame, we have to burn together. Alone is not the same. Boy, I'm glad she Man, let's go, gentlemen. You stop serenading your woman. He said, hey, Mike. Mike said, hey, let me borrow that song till tomorrow. Let me borrow that song till tomorrow.
You see my question?
What?
How you gonna top this next year though?
Top what?
Top if you're doing a song this year, she's gonna be like, oh, he did a song next year. We're gonna go on a air balloon trip to a
that's
castle
right.
next year.
That's right. It's gonna be an air balloon next year, and straight into a circus where I'm gonna hop off and perform that bad boy right in front of her. And then that probably be the. I probably should just tell Lord take me home after that one. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you say? Does it say you a good man? No, not a good man. The Bible says, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. It's like you wish you would have never heard that, right? Because when he sees us, the guys, he looks at us and he's like, oh, look how beautiful. Oh, and you think he's talking about you, right? But really, he just goes to your heart and plays with the soil, and he's like, "Oh, look how beautiful this garden is." And you're like, "Whoa, what about me?" And he's like, "I didn't make you. I made this right here." You're like, "Oh, Kiara, what's up? Hello, what's going on? Need me some need me some of that. What? On Friday 13th? I don't know what word you put right there. My bad. Or maybe you messed up. Maybe you messed up. Morning.
God bless, brother.
What's up? What's going on, man?
Awesome, bro. Awesome.
What
did CJ give you today?
What do you mean? Oh,
I didn't have a chance.
Yeah. So he's looking into it too. He's not really sure. What'd you say, CJ? Excuse me. There's a couple. Oh, go ahead.
No, I said that I don't know why they would have flagged it, but the only thing I could think of would be to claim the artist page on YouTube, the YouTube artist page, so that it links this account, the descaled YouTube account, with the music. And so that should, that's the only thing I can think.
So basically,
we'll
just wait a little bit to see if that disappears or whatnot.
Once we claim the page, yeah.
Yeah, how do you claim the page?
Today or tomorrow.
Okay.
There's a YouTube artist page you go
to.
And
who needs to do that? Alex needs to do that?
I might be able to. I'm gonna look at the website.
Yeah,
and
Alex.
See what information
Alex, you and CJ, y'all collaborate so y'all could figure out how to fix that, whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it right now, and if that was the problem, all the other songs would have got flagged as well, if that makes sense.
True. Yeah. I mean, unless they just started looking at it, I don't know how that works. Like, I don't know if they're always monitoring or what.
Yeah, well, if y'all have to get off the live to do that, y'all go ahead. Unless y'all want to wait till after the live, it's up to y'all.
I don't mind waiting.
Okay, yeah, it's up to y'all, man. I think a few hours ain't gonna, you know what I mean? Ain't gonna hurt nothing. But
I don't think it's even an issue at the moment, because all the revenue is going to the YouTube artist, which is, well, you. So it's not like anyone else is really taking the revenue off you.
Yeah, I know, but we need to find out if that's normal. You know what I mean? Is that normal that even though the same, even though Descaled is making the content or the music, they shouldn't have to split it. And it's like, okay, well, Descaled music and Descaled YouTube are two different things. And so, the nickel y'all make every month needs to be split. You get 2.5 cents And you, because making a song, like, I don't know why. There was some other people that I know that's in ministry, and they're like, "Oh, bro, you can make money." I was like, "Bro, you can't make. What are you talking about?" Like, it's so crazy to me how people think you're making all this money because you made a song. I'm like, bro, I said, and all I said was this. It may not be right on. I was like, bro, you got to get like 10,000, uh, streams to make $10. Like, what are you talking about? I mean, and you don't even get to keep all the $10. Like, all that don't go to you. So I was just like, bro, like it's not. Wow. In a year we're gonna make a nickel, and I got to split 2.5 cents with descaled YouTube. Like, come on. Get out of here.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
crazy.
Well, there's no copyright strikes, and there's no restrictions on your live or any video. So there's
Okay,
no
good.
big deal.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, we'll get y'all collaborate after it after the live then, and then
Oh,
Already.
let me
yes,
see.
sir.
Let me see. All right, check it out. So when I wrote the song Descaled, right? Because I've had people ask me, how come you haven't made a song called Descaled? I said I have several, honestly. And what I did is I just took a little bit from one, took a little bit from another one. And I said, you know what? I'm going to turn it into a rap song because there's a lot that has to be said. And the way I had it written, it'd have to be 10 minutes long. And one thing I'm learning is, I hate to say it, people don't have patience for a freaking 5-minute song, nonetheless, a 10-minute song. So I kept it as simple as I could. I made Descaled a rap song, and I'm about to play it right now. So if you don't like rap, just swipe. Come back in about 3-4 minutes. Yeah. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's hit it and we'll get started. Why do you speak to me through trees and rhymes? You want me to write about you? How can I? With this type of language, a riddle you said before me. How could I unveil the truth? I'm too beastly. How can I make sense of this imagery? You're a tree, you're a rod. How can this be? Who will believe me? Our entire relationship has gone this way. From Moses and Aaron, where that bit of water was bearing to David and Solomon, who through wisdom spoke about trees. Oh, how they could see. Now I'm a witness, Lord, to this testimony. I become exhaled. I'm no longer veiled. Satan's plan has failed. I'm no longer veiled. Satan's plan has failed. Black letters on the white pages are like stale cages. One at a time, they got removed the stages. To add a truth, you have to first remove a lie. Pulling one off may make you cry, but you won't die. They got pain from because they all dry. You and all dry. Now close your eyes, start to cry. When you feel the first one fly, don't sigh. Say bye. You're welcome, just call me Rabbi. We Rabbi, we Rabbi, we Rabbi. How can I make sense of this imagery? You're a tree, you're a rod, how can this be? Who will believe me? Our entire relationship has gone this way. From Moses and Aaron, where that bit of water was burning to David and Solomon, who the wisdom spoke about trees. Oh, how they could see. I'm a witness, Lord, to this testimony. I become this still. I'm no longer veiled. Satan's plan has failed. I'm no longer veiled. Satan's plan has failed. God conceals in us, King Search, not in a brick mortar church. I'm not Uncle Fester and you on lurch. When you're no longer dead, God is the God of the living. You just have to be willing to see and hear. Don't be in fear. Draw near, everyone of wisdom speaks of trees. Why don't you quit because you haven't been discipled? If so, you would have grew. You still have a baby's point of view. You still see misunderstandings and lies. It's true, it's not too late. Find a discale person now for you. They will plow and sweat from the brow. You just sit there as the scales fall so you can finally learn how to crawl. Because I'm your flesh, all you do is grow. Then lie to yourself about standing tall. Let the air come between those scales so you can come out of that black letter jail. Make sense of this imagery. You're a tree, you're a rod, how can this be? Who will believe me? Our entire relationship has gone this way. From Moses and everywhere that bit of water was bearing to David and Solomon, who the wisdom spoke about trees. Oh, how they could see. Now I'm a witness, Lord, to this testimony. I become this. Yeah. I'm no longer veiled. Satan's plan has failed. I'm no longer veiled. Satan's plan has failed. Why do you speak to us in dreams? Because it's the way you feel. All right, that was it. That was it. And that sucker, I ain't kidding. That thing was almost 4.5 minutes long, and I'm like, I got to start making some of this stuff like 3.5 or something. Like, and just so y'all know, and I know y'all know this already. I'm glad Naughty Night came in here that one day and goes, "Hey man, this sounds a lot better in my car." And I'm like, man, why haven't I told you? Just so y'all know, what you're hearing is you're not even really hearing it. You're kind of hearing some of the melody and some of the words, but it doesn't do it justice. Giving grace. I'm always aight to giving grace. I'm always aight. Yeah. Yeah, man. All right. What do you say, Mick? Unless it's your garden. Oh yeah, there's again, it's my opinion because I wrote it, but I believe the biggest understanding regarding who a person is regarding God, like who you are, is to understand that you are God's garden. Like out of everything that is happening in this story, that is the number one thing. If you could understand that, then you'll see yourself in God's right eyes. And then that song, "I'm Your Garden," even though it sounds like I'm being biased, it's going to be hard to find a worship song. I don't know better. I don't know what other word. It's hard. It's hard. And I've heard just about every worship song that has ever came out since, I don't know, 1990 probably, I mean, because I used to go back and I was like, hey, I wonder what kind of older worship songs there are. So I would go back and freaking listen to all kinds um, and so even though I wrote it, I know it sounds biased. I don't care. Like I still know all the other worship songs, and you listen to what they're saying. Half of them are begging God for stuff. So then now you're left with the other half. And then out of them, you can kind of weed out. And before you're done, there's about 25% of them that you're like, man, that's pretty darn good. And there are some that's really good. Try it. Can you play it? Who is that? Meg, what's up, man? See, Meg, where you been, man? Can you play it? You can play it, Meg. I'm Your Garden. Play it. Go to Meg, what do you listen to music on? Do you use Spotify or Pandora or iTunes or Amazon Music? Which one of them do you listen to music? Yeah, go to iTunes, Meg. Look up Descaled. The whole album's already there, but the song I'm referring to is "I'm Your Garden." Matter of fact, listen to it and come back and let us know what you think. There's a lot of people that's been doing that. I tell them to come back, listen to it real quick. It's going to be it's a 5-minute. Listen, originally that's like a 12-minute long song. I mean, 12-minute long song. Yeah, it's like 12 minutes long. I had to. You don't imagine how much I had to take out of there. Yeah, listen to it now. Like mute me. Like get me out of your way. Just hear it and then come back and let us know what you think. Now there are going to be people that's not going to understand it, but I heard a new one today. What, you heard a new song today, or a descaled one, or a new worship song?
Nah, it's a new worship song that I just heard. It's 13 years old, but man, it's very good.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, when I started getting deep, like in the Bible, I'm like, man, I wonder if anybody got some good worship, because I mean, come on, how many worship songs have been made? So I'm like, man, I bet I've missed a lot. So I went back, and I'm telling you, I think I went back all the way to the late 80s probably, and there's good ones back then. I mean, and I'm not trying to say that any of them are bad. I don't want anyone to misunderstand, but I'm just saying I heard a lot. And this truth that I wrote down and orchestrated to have this certain sound, like I'm just, Again, I know I'm being biased, but that country song talking about reading the Bible, connecting the dove. Oh yeah, Les. Yeah, bro. Dove prophecy. Yeah, that song is straight fire too. Heck yeah, it is. Yeah, 100%. I tear up, and I ain't a crier. Oh, you got to be talking about I'm Your Garden. Oh yeah, dude. Because it's literally it's just you and God, bro. When you're had me tear up, yeah. They keep remaking the Hallelujah song like the Panasonics. The Hallelujah song? What Hallelujah song?
Like that David's chord one.
David's chord? I have a song called David's Secret Chord.
Yeah, it's the one they keep remaking. The Panasonics did it recently. It's called the Hallelujah song. It's they keep changing the lyrics a little bit here and a little bit there so they can remake it though.
It's called the Hallelujah song. So, okay, you're saying it's a popular song.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying if I heard it, I'd know. Maybe I just didn't know the name of it. How's it start off?
I'm not gonna sing it for you.
No,
ahead, CJ.
No, nobody. Hey, nobody play it. I'm not going to get hit with playing some other.
He said the first one is I heard there's a secret chord that David played, and it pleased the Lord.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know what one you're talking about. You know what's funny?
Hallelujah.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about now. You know what's funny about that is it says I heard that David had a secret chord and it pleased the Lord, and it's like that little phrase right there, right? Because when you pay attention to David, I don't know anyone that just reads the Bible one time could tell he played a secret chord. Like you don't got to be a genius to figure that out, right? Or no, y'all see it, okay? But in the rest of that song, I don't even know what the heck they're talking about. This is the same old everything. It's that one phrase right there. And I remember when I said, I'm going to name the song David's Secret Chord. And that song you brought up, I remember thinking, everybody's going to think that I took that from, bro, it's in the Bible. It doesn't have to say it. It is in there 100%. But his secret chord is it's the word. That's the secret chord. And I don't know who wrote that song, but to me, I'm going to say secret chord. I'm going to say they're not talking about the Bible. I am. I want to say they're talking about a real physical melody, like David knew how to like physically play the harp.
Yeah, because the next line says, "But you don't really care for music, do you?"
But you don't really care for music. Yeah, right, dude. Heck nah. No, if you listen to David's Secret Chord, the song that I wrote, it's saying, oh man, this song is amazing. I don't think enough people's really paid attention to what it's saying, but David is basically saying, go ahead and use me and you can play your melody through me, he says, but in the Bible, God is our servant. And it's weird saying that because we have perverted what servitude is. We have this fallen world. We think servitude is making someone do something. But David said in the song, he says, but I know you're not a servant by force. And he says, go ahead, Lord, play your course. It's song is fire, bro. I just don't think enough people are paying attention to what it's saying. Like the song Jesus is Faith, when it first came out on iTunes, nobody was saying anything about it, but in the back of my head, I'm like, bro, nobody is telling me that song is fire. I said, ain't nobody listening to that song. And then here we are, literally like a month later, and the Maze is like, bro, that song's a freaking masterpiece. I'm like, bro, that song's been out for like a month. Like, I wanted to tell him where you been, but he says that's all he listens to right now. That song actually is a masterpiece. It doesn't sound like a whole lot. Christ is what? Salt. Yeah. Yeah. Also sacrifice.
Maybe they need a stepping stone to get to your level of understanding.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, that song is straight. It's straight fire.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah, it really is.
If you're not to a certain point in understanding, like, there's some things that you're just not going to get.
Yeah, no, there are some things on there that, yeah, and I get that, and while because like I said, they've been written down for a long time, but while I'm taking parts, because they're all almost 10 minutes long. I mean, they're long, dude. So I'm kind of, cramping it, making it smaller. Um, um, and
Not a 10-minute worship song, bro.
well, I mean, I left Jesus's faith the way it is, but I kept forgetting that you only get like 7.5 or 8 minutes to make a song on that. And I understand why. At first I didn't understand why. I understand why now, but so that's why you probably remember, CJ, how it ends.
Yeah.
Because that's not where it ended. Like I'm like, what do you mean? There's another 15, 20 seconds right here. And it won't let you. Like, you can, bro, it'll let you make that sucker 30 minutes long, but it's only going to play you 8, So it's kind of messed up, but bro, leave them at 10. I get sad when they end. Wait, simply, what you say? Oh, Meg, we say trot. Okay, I cried. Yeah, bro. Like, that song is, I'm telling you, I don't know how else to say it. I literally poured my heart and everything, how I understood the Bible. I poured my heart in that song, period. Like, yeah, it's an amazing song, dude. It really is. I'm not even kidding. Like, again, it sounds biased, but I'm telling you, Meg, there's another one on there, Meg, called Jesus is Faith. Now, I do not recommend you listening to them back to back. Okay, I don't want you to dehydrate, but you're an adult. I'm Your Garden is my number one. Jesus is Faith 2. Dove Prophecy is so fire, dude. Is Saba here yet? Oh, there's, I'm only saying that because I see her name right there. Yeah. All right. I have a question. Sile, I guess. Seal. You have a question? Okay, what's the question there, Seal? Connie, would you say I got a tree? What do you mean you got a tree, Connie? You went to go buy one? Oh, don't tell me you went to go buy a freaking palm tree, bro. Don't do that. People are really going to think there's a cult happening. you start putting palm trees outside your house. I'll go over there to remove them. I was like, guys, come on. The palm trees because of the temple. What are you talking about? There had to be a story behind it. Behind what, Meg? There's a story behind what? They already do? Am I lost? Are y'all having a conversation without me? Probably. I have 8 palm trees in my yard. Mick, were they there before or after descaled? Okay, this is what we need to know. All right, please tell me they were there before, bro. I have them all around my house. Well, Nina, you're in Florida, so I was asking what made you want to write the album. What made me want to write the album? So I wrote over 250 songs 10 years ago, Meg, and it was during those 5 years that I studied the Bible 12 to 15 hours. So those days that I had like 12-hour days, the next 2 or 3 hours was me writing music, writing books. So what made me write them? It was while I was doing literally a 5-year, nothing else, 24/7, 7 days a week. While I was doing all that studying, and I saw the truth of what the Bible is saying regarding who we are, okay, regarding that truth, that you are the greatest thing that God has ever made, because we are his garden, period. And so when I saw that, there was no refuting that I needed to write it down in a song. So I wrote it down in a song, exactly how I saw it. And like I said, it's been written for 10 years, if not 11 at this point. So um, I just finally actually like put music with it. But the song's been written for, like I said, a decade. But the second album, Meg, will be out in a couple of weeks. Like all those 250 songs. Now, some of them I've realized that I'm going to have to double up. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to put them together. But there's still going to be over 200 songs. And I mean, that's just the ones I wrote a decade ago. Try what? Oh, the question. Okay, my bad, Sil. Let's see. Let's see. His argument was, if God is all knowing, let's see. Our lives are determined, therefore, free will is just an illusion. How am I supposed to argue? You're not supposed to argue that. You're not supposed to argue. People argue, don't make disciples. Seal. So, yeah. So you're asking, how do I argue that? The answer is, you don't argue that. You go make disciples. You are supposed to do. Are you saved? Let me say this, Seal. Are you saved? I'm not being smart. I'm being serious. The topic, Arad, the topic, we're about to go over Nehemiah, the book of Nehemiah. I think we're on chapter 6. Yes, I'm saved. Praise God. Yeah. Okay. So your job, Seal, is to make disciples. That's what your job is. So let me ask you, are you doing that? Or Sile? If I'm saying your name wrong, dude, I apologize. I'm just going to say Sile. It looks more like Sile. Are you making disciples, Sile? Is that a Bible book? Yeah. Nehemiah is a Bible book. Yeah, so the topic is Jesus. Yeah, just to be clear. I should have said that instead.
We have Mick in the comments. He has one question.
Okay. I'm trying to, but I'm real bad at it. Okay, so you need to be doing the first thing that God told you to do, right? The first thing. I don't know why people miss this step. Like I get, he said, I get heated too fast. Woo! You need to tell that flesh to shut up then, Seal or Sile. You need to tell the flesh to shut up, bro. Your flesh is the one that, and again, it's your fault. All right. Understand what I'm telling you, right? So we are spirit, soul, and body. And your soul has a choice. It can listen to the flesh and get heated. It can listen to the spirit. It can calm down. But what you're doing is you still trust the flesh. It's one of the first things. It's one of the first things, bro, that you have to teach yourself. The first thing I tell anyone, spirit, soul, and body is so important. When you can get a foundation of that right there, your walk regarding making disciples will literally go a grade higher. I don't know what grade you're at. You know what I mean? Like if 70 is passing and you're at a 30, it might get you to a 50, but it'll get you a grade or two up. You know what I mean? Like that fast. And then from there you can grow. Oh man. But that's the first thing you need to know, right? You can't trust your flesh. I say this so many times. You cannot trust your flesh. You understand? I'm going to show you what I mean, Sile. Sile, let me know if you're still here. I'll finish this real quick. And somebody else over here got a question. I'll let me know if you're still here, man. I don't want to just be sitting here blowing hot air. Usually that's what these guys let me do. Just let me blow hot air for about 20 minutes. Yeah. All right. So So, now, all right, Sal, check it out. I'm going to show you a real easy way. Very perfect example. So, and I use this example a lot because most guys are stupid and very carnal minded, and they're black and white naturally. Okay. Like an animal. You understand? So I have to give it to you animalistic. All right. And I'm not saying you're a dude. All right. So I don't know if that's irrelevant. I'm just trying to show you an example. But let's say I'm at Starbucks and let's say a 25-year-old girl that I know from Descaled or whatever. She knows, oh, Trot, hey, my car broke down. Oh, okay. She's like, hey, can you give me a ride? You ain't getting in my truck. You ain't getting in my truck. That right there, just that right there should show you something. I'm either being rude or I'm telling my flesh, nah, I don't think so. Not today. Meaning I don't trust you. Listen, every time you have these weird romances, every time, 99% of the time, it just happened. No, it didn't just happen. It didn't just happen. The Bible says first there's a thought, and then the lust of the flesh plays around with that thought, and that thought plants a seed. It's very clear that is 100% didn't just happen. Okay, so you're not getting in my truck. I'll tell her just like that to her face. Oh, you're not getting in my truck. Oh, I was like, I'm married, right? I know, but it's just down the road. Listen, I no longer hear her. I hear my flesh. My flesh is not checking her out. I'm not like, let her get. No. My flesh is like, man, you're tripping, bro. Just give her a ride. No. I don't listen to you. Man, you're tripping. I don't listen to you. I already know that the Bible says don't even do something that even looks like you're doing something wrong. There's a reason for that. You don't just tell the Bible, I'll be all right. Okay, go ahead. It's not going to be all right. Look, there is a chance, a percentage chance. There is a percentage chance that nothing will happen. I don't understand how people don't still see. You don't see that as gambling? You're literally casting lots. That's what you're doing. Because when you say nothing's going to happen, do you know how many times it's both the male and female. They'll both say, "Oh, we didn't mean for this to happen." Yeah, you know what's so funny? It always starts off as a good thing. I was just giving her a ride. And then before you know it, like animals, we had sex like animals. That's what the Bible says. The Bible says a man that cheats on his wife is no different than a horse or a donkey. Why do you think it says that? Have you ever seen a horse? A dog at that. You can use a dog, but have you ever seen a horse around a female horse that's in heat? Bubba, his ding dong's touching the ground. He can't help it. And if you try to stop him from getting close to that horse, you're about to have a bad day. I mean, he's about to, you're going to have a bad day because like an animal, he's got one thing on his mind. And that is what you're going to trust. That is what you're going to trust. Let's see. Kerr, whoa, what did I scroll into? We scrolled into don't trust your flesh. That's what you scrolled into. Don't trust your flesh. Don't do it. But listen to what I'm saying. Because I'm getting to a point, and Sal, you may already know where I'm going, but there's other people that over here on this side, they may not know where I'm going. So there may be one person not sure. Okay, fine. It don't matter. I'm still going to go through there. But that's what you're going to trust. The Bible says that your flesh is a freaking animal. That's what it says. And you say, nah. So I'm going to tell that girl, you're not getting in my truck. You're not getting in my truck. But here's $10. You can call it Uber. You understand? Like, I'm going to make sure that she's not abandoned. but you ain't getting in my truck. Absolutely not. No, I'm not gonna have to explain to our babies how they came about. It's so funny. It's so funny. People are like, oh, what makes you think you're gonna get her pregnant? It's called seed, bro. What are you talking about? People are so dumb. Okay. Now let me say this. Let me say this before I go any further. I have done more honorable things than 90% of the people I met. And I got paperwork to prove it. And I also can prove I've done more dishonorable things than those same 90 people. Can you imagine that? Imagine being in my shoes, and the majority of people you meet, you've done more honorable things and dishonorable. Can you imagine? Just about anybody you meet, you could prove that you can outdo them and all this stuff, and you could prove you're dumber. Now, what kind of think about that for a second? How do you see yourself when you could prove that you've done a lot more than just about anyone you meet, and then you can also prove that you're dumber than them too? When a person like myself, okay, that God says, hey, you want to read the Bible? And I'm like, you know what? Let me check it out. And I check it out. And now he's got me on his side. And I'm like, man, hold on a second. Girls, no. We're over there. And now he's got me on his side. So when I meet people, I am not at all impressed by whatever thing they claim that they've done. I'm not impressed at all. And then when someone comes up to me and goes, oh, I've done so bad. I'm telling you, I am 99.9% sure why they're crying about what they did that was so stupid. I've done dumber things. So you can't brag to me and you can't cry to me. You can't do either or. What a weapon God has found, because even though I understand what crying is, I know the difference between crying for a real reason and not. And I know what bragging is, and I know the difference between bragging about something that's worth bragging about and something that's not. So in either direction, hold on. So in either direction, my flesh is not swayed by anything that you've claimed you've done so well, or something you've claimed you've done worse than anybody else. And I'm the guy standing in front of you saying you've done worse than everybody. And I could laugh at the thing they're crying about because I've done worse. It's a very odd place to be in. But why am I saying that? Because every person has to know where you stand with God, not with other people, with God. And where you stand with God has nothing to do with your flesh. It has nothing to do with the flesh. So if it has nothing to do with your flesh, that's not the thing you trust. You don't trust that. So, Sile, to get straight to your point, somebody brought this up about the Bible. How do I argue against that? That's the problem right there. You trust your flesh. You put yourself around people that you know that are going to argue with the Bible, and you go, I'll be okay. You're doing the same thing that I'm saying do not do. Do not trust your flesh. It's just a matter of time that your flesh is going to get the best of you, and you're the one that's going to look like an idiot again. And then you go back. They made me look so stupid. You're making yourself look stupid. Stop being stupid. Tell your flesh to shut up and say, I'm not going in there. I don't understand how people get sucked into these stupid lives. I don't understand it. And they're like, oh, you're running. That's all they got to say. And they're like, it's like Back to the Future, right? They call him Yellow. He goes, you're yellow. Or they call him Chicken, I think. And he goes, nobody calls me a chicken, right? McFly, right? Marty McFly gets mad because the knucklehead calls him a chicken. So then he does whatever because they little boyed him, and they put him in the man box. You got it. You're supposed to be strong or whatever. And then that's what happens with a lot of you goofballs. You get caught in these stupid lives, and they go, you're running. And then now you stay an hour longer, and you look dumber than everybody there. I don't understand it, okay? I really don't. But sometimes you just got to get slapped around. for the goofball that you are. Stop slapping yourself around. You're so dumb. It looks like everybody's slapping you around. You slapping yourself around. You don't know how to tell your flesh no? You know? You don't know how to tell your flesh no? It's easy. You tell it no. And whenever those very immature phrases come, you're running. Say, yep, I'm running from my flesh, not you. I'm running from my flesh. Okay? But you can't say that one day and go argue with the idiots the next day. Now you're lying. Now you were running from that dude because now you're a coward. Now you're a coward. Watch this. Now you're a coward now. Not only do you beat yourself up, you're a coward because you really were running from that guy, but here you are 2 days later arguing with someone that's dumber than him. You don't think people can pick up on this stuff? So now you really were running. So watch this. You trust your flesh. Your flesh is not only bullies you into looking stupid, your flesh is a coward. Listen, you would be better off just not arguing because being a coward and stupid at the same time, those are not good attributes. All right. So you might want to try something else. Right. And so all that, Sile, all that to say, everyone needs to be doing the first thing that God told them to do, which is make disciples. And the majority of converted Christians, not disciples, but converts, they don't do that. They don't go make disciples. You know why? Because they're too prideful to be discipled. Like our buddy Roswolf right here. Is he in here still? I always give Rise a hard time. Let's see. So the whole point is to not argue. Let's see if anybody else is confused. Let's see. Let's check over here, or both. Guys, put a 1 in the chat if you're confused about what I'm saying. If you are confused about what I'm saying, put a 1 in the chat. I need to see how many people are confused.
I'm here, Pagan.
Oh man.
I knew you were going to say that.
What?
He said, I'm here, Pagan. And then you went on mute. He said, you running.
He's the runner. Rise is the biggest runner of them all. One, my English is not that good. I think no. Era. I need to see if other people are, confused or lost. So, but nobody else is. So, it looks like, Arad. It looks like you're the only one that is not. And if it's a language barrier, then it's a language barrier, right? But your question is, so the whole point is not to argue. Is that all you got out of that? That's all you got out of that? Not to argue? No, the whole point is not to trust your flesh. That was the whole point. Don't trust your carne asada. Okay? Don't trust it.
A choice beef.
What's up, Rise? What's going on, man? What's on your mind?
Not much, man. Blessed and highly favored, you know.
Yeah, you are. 100%. 100%.
Fall in what?
100%. All right. Who had a question over here? After Sile did. Who was it?
Mick said something in the chat.
Mick.
What's his question? What's his question?
I didn't see one. I just saw 5 minutes, but not really.
All right. I'm sorry. Who said someone had a question? My bad. Or am I wrong?
I did, bro. I did. Mick put it down in the comments.
He's coming up here. Mick, what's up, man?
God bless.
What's the deal?
Hey, so all right. So when you're looking at and I'm having this conversation with my spouse, so it's not by far my best friend, but the most important person on this world in my life. So I can't be Steve, right? I can't be Mick. I got to be husband, right?
Yeah.
Because what we're talking about is like because she's been reading these books that believe that we should only call Jesus or Yeshua. Yeshua, it's something. It's Hebrew, but she's almost sounding. I'm not. She's not here, so I can talk about her.
Yeah.
But
hurry up. Hey, hurry up and get away with it. Hurry up.
Yeah, I'm hurrying. She's almost like a Hebrew Israelite the way she's talking, and I'm telling her, I'm like, well, Jesus has got many names. I mean, how Esther in spirit now? And she says, well, he's in spirit. I'm like, well, what color is spirit? And she's like, well, I don't know. I said, so the creator of life and the beginner and the ending only manifested himself for 33 years on this planet at whatever color. And up till 2 years ago, I used to think I knew what that color was. I don't care. And I don't really even know anymore, right?
Yeah.
But when I have to get away from saying, like, I mean, I can't even say like Jesus without, hey, you're not saying his name right. You're not acknowledging him.
Oh,
like,
okay. Yeah.
I'm like, babe, I disagree with you because I call you Carol, I call you Carol, I call you babe, I call you sweetheart, I call you honey. You got like 7 names for me. I mean, Do you understand what I'm going?
Oh,
So
yeah.
he's caught up where you have to call him this specific name or he don't hear you.
Yeah. So I'd have to.
Now, this is my word. Got to be gentle.
Yeah. So I'd have to ask, like, I'd have to sit down and talk to her so I can see where the main thing is. But what I can say is, anytime I meet someone like this, I talk to them about languages in this world. That's where I start. Languages in this world. So, does your wife know any other language?
No.
No. Okay. Nina, how much Spanish do you know, Nina? Poquito? Yeah, I'm the same.
Very.
That's all right. I know enough words though. Like I may not be able to put the sentences together well, but I know a bunch of words. So like, let's see.
I mean, she's getting on me for like wearing Jewish stars and crosses and saying that it's idolatry and stuff. So she's going through this moment, and I just need to get her right.
Yeah, more than likely, there's either some kind of fear or like scared of sin or like a lot of the stuff comes down to fear, like doing it wrong. That it all this derives from fear. That you're doing it wrong. Like if God is falling off his throne because we speak English.
Well, like I told her, my name is Esteban in Spanish, but I don't go by Esteban.
Right. Okay. So you already started doing that. So like, for instance, the word seed in Spanish, I may not pronounce it properly, but it's like samia, something like that. Okay. So if I hear someone who speaks Spanish say the word samia, and I said, hey, that's not how you say that. You have to say seed. Tell me, Mick, or anyone, samia, something like that. Yeah. Oh, samia. I don't know. But if I told the person that's speaking Spanish that you can't say samia, it's seed. How long do you think that argument would last? Because in their head they're saying seed, but they say it in their language, which is samia. They're saying seed. So if I picked up a seed and they picked up a seed and I go seed and they go samia, I'm trying to figure out. I would love to know from her point of view, how long would those two people argue about that until one of them figures out that they're both saying the same thing. They just speak different languages.
Well, I guess that's what I'm trying to instill. Hey, I said, we're saying the same thing. I'm not disagreeing that Yahusha is his name. I'm not saying that, but I'm not saying that is his only name. He has many names.
Yeah, I know. I'm starting at square one because I don't know where y'all are. I'm saying that
I'm lost. That's where we're at.
Okay. Well, you understand where I'm at right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. So just asking you, what do you think she would say to me about that? That they're both saying the same thing, but they're using different languages. What would she say about that?
Well, I tried to go because I asked her, I said, okay, so was the Old Testament written in Hebrew, Aramaic or Greek? And she said, well, Hebrew. I said, well, was it Hebrew, but some Aramaic? So there was a little bit of Aramaic in the Old Testament.
It's like 1%. Yeah.
Yeah, just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
I said, so when you say that the Hebrew name for Jesus or the Son of God is X, I'm not disagreeing that. But if I call you Carolyn, or Babe, you're still going to answer because you're my wife. Just like he's going to still answer me because he's my Lord. He's not going like, well, he's calling me Jesus, so he's not talking to me. I know I'm talking to him because I have a relationship with him. Now, 2 years ago, brother, I had a self precomposed assumption of what I thought Jesus looked like. Well, that no longer is a part of my life, because I mean, when you think about it, in the eternity has only shown his flesh for 33 years, and 33 years out of eternity, who cares? I mean, just who flipping cares?
Yeah. It's like, I mean, even though this is a very bad example, we can have an idea. Let's say the same day that you were born, Mick, an ant was born. The same day. And that ant was born in your parents' house. And when they walked in, they stepped on the ant and killed it. So this ant lived for, let's say a day. Okay. Well, it's been 40 something, 50 years from the day that ant was squished. Now, the ant's life in comparison to your 40 something, 50 years is so minute. The ant's life, and our 40 years, 50 years in God's viewpoint is minute. And Jesus was here 33. So a lot of us here have been alive in this world longer than Jesus. Like, the more you keep looking at this, those 33 years went by so fast in comparison to the time that's here in this world. So I 100% get the point you're making. Like I said, I don't know exactly where y'all are, but it's going to come down to how she views language. So the people back in those days, they spoke Hebrew. That's the language they spoke. And so we speak English today. The question does she think speaking English is a sin?
No, and that's why
just let me keep going, because you keep telling me your part, and you're probably not saying or doing something that I'm gonna do or gonna say. So
100%.
So the question that I would ask her is speaking English a sin? So if she said yes, yeah, we got a problem. But if she says no, speaking English is not a sin, then if speaking English is not a sin, then I can speak his name in English. The only way it would be wrong to say his name in English is if English itself was a sin. That's the only way. Because if speaking English is not a sin, then you're not sinning by saying his name in English, period. So if she goes, but that's not his name. It's his name in English. Yes, it is. It's a very weird argument. That's not his name. His name is Yeshua. No. His name is Yeshua in Hebrew. And if they get all fancy, Yeshua, because they want to get all Aramaic, Hebraic, again, they're still speaking a different language. No language in this world is a sin. Someone would have to prove that a language is a sin. Period. So if she was to say, well, speaking English isn't a sin, all right, then. It's case closed. Now, at that point, you just got to stop arguing, because you got to find a place where she's having an issue, and I guarantee you it's that right there. Do you think speaking English is a sin? No, then it's not a sin to say his name in English. Period. Boom. Yeah, but I know. And at that point, that now, if the argument continues, Mick, that's your fault. Because
but I want her to have, the understanding, and I can't force that on her.
Right.
Obviously, this is something that she has just, because it's like my crosses and my Star of David's. I can't wear those no more because they're idols. And I'm like, no, get out of here with that. Just stop it.
Yeah.
I just stop it.
Stop the nonsense. Like, look, okay, and that's fine. You know, and all you got to do is figure out if it really bothers her. That's all you got to do. Like, say, hey, does this really bother you? Yes, it is. Then fine, take them outside and burn them. Who gives a crap? Okay, if it really does bother her. Now, if she's just kind of picking, you know, like close the cabinet door. If she's just nagging and picking, the heck with that. I'm wearing them bad boys. But if I ask her straight up, does it really, like, are you going to lose sleep over this? Well, yeah, because I think you're worshiping Satan. Okay, I'll go burn them because those objects are just objects here. We know what they mean. Should they be a problem? No, they shouldn't. But it's going to come down to how much does it really bother her? Like, are you losing sleep? Now, if she goes, well, I'm not losing sleep. Oh, okay. Well, if you're not losing sleep, then all right. And if she
I think she is. I think because I told her.
Okay, ask her. Yeah, dude. If you think she really, ask her. I need to know. Are you losing sleep over me wearing a cross? Yeah.
She doesn't. Because I had to ask her. I said, once you became under this new realization that you could no call him Jesus or Yeshua. You had to call him Yeshua or whatever.
Yeah. Or Yah. That's the one that makes me laugh. You know, Yah.
I said, did you have to get resaved? I mean, I just want to know. Did you have to get resaved, or did you just kind of get grafted in because you kind of believed it? I'm trying to understand where she's coming from. And I'm like, you've been watching them have them HBI daggone live too much.
Probably.
Yeah. All right, well, I'll send you something because there's a couple questions I have. But all I'm doing is like, listen, I don't worship those idols. It's a representation to me of what God has done in my life. I said, I call him Jesus. And I said, and it's not about what I call him. It's about what I feel towards him. And it's about what he feels towards me. It's not about his name. It's about him. Just that's what it is.
Yeah. I'm telling you right now, that's the question I would ask her. Are you losing sleep over this? If she says no, I'm wearing them. If she says yes, I'm like, all right, if you're losing sleep, then for you, I'll take them off. You have to point where the issue is with her, not with you. She needs to know that she's not flipping you to the dark side by you saying, you know what? I believe you. I need to throw these away. No. Are you losing sleep over it? If she says yes, then you say, for you, I'll remove them. For you, because you're my wife and I love you. But that's...
Well, like last night I brought up, I said, hey, God, we follow God, but he has our six. I said, Jesus. I said, we follow Jesus, but he always has our six. And she's like, see, you got to stop saying that. I'm like, what are you talking about? What the heck are you talking about?
Yeah. I mean, hey, the things you're wearing and stuff like that, we can move that stuff out of the house, wherever. But trying to get you to stop saying Jesus, all you have to tell her is, honey, that one I can't do.
I did.
I can take all listen, I'll take all the cross. I'll take all that stuff out of here because it bothers you. I said, but trying to change what I'm calling him, I speak English. So you're trying to make me speak Hebrew. I don't speak Hebrew. You're trying to make me do it, though. And then you tell her, I don't care if you say his name in Hebrew. We're saying the same name. And you tell her what you're doing is you're hearing the Hebrew word and you think that a specific, I'm going to say, so you know what you need to do? You need to go get a list of all the languages that we have and how they say the name Jesus.
Yeah.
And then tell her, say, the Chinese people call him Sisu. I don't remember exactly how, but it's something like that. So can they call him Sisu? Nope. Can we call him Jesus? Nope. Can those people call, Hispanic people call him Jesus? Can they say no? So because they're not speaking Hebrew, that makes no sense. They have to speak Hebrew. Say if that's the case, then everything has to be Hebrew, not just his name. Everything. Then you can't just pick and choose. Like either we have to just start speaking Hebrew, or he understands what people are saying. And then you got to ask her about the physical tongue. Like, does he hear the physical words coming out of our mouth, or does he hear what we're saying out of our spirit? And then you got to go over enmity. The body says that the flesh and spirit are enmity, but you're saying that I need to worship what my flesh is saying over what my spirit is actually saying. Like all that stuff, you got to go over all that stuff. But first, the physical stuff, that's not that big of a deal. You just ask her.
Yeah, no, I mean, she's been on this journey with me for a year and a half. April will be 2 years for me with this guild.
Yeah.
And so it's not like it's not been, it's been good. I mean, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
I know. And I'm like, and I just don't get it, baby. I mean,
yeah,
I don't get it.
Yeah. No,
I'm
telling you right now, the argument, first of all, I'm talking about when I say argument, y'all are married. So I'm talking about those kind of arguments.
Yeah.
You just need to stop them. Like I wouldn't.
Yeah, we're 42. We don't argue. We just.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean, right? There's nothing wrong with an argument because that's what we do in court. They're called arguments. So there's nothing wrong with an argument if it's handled in that way. But what I'm saying is, being married couples have disagreements. It happens all the time. So that's what I'm referring to as arguments. So arguments, you don't have to pull out a machete and chase each other. Okay, that's not an argument. Like I said, in the courtroom, arguments are happening right now. Right now, and in Texas, it's 10:30. There's an argument happening in a court right now, but they're not yelling and trying to cause harm to one another. What I'm saying is, those are going to have to stop because, again, this goes back down to the flesh thing again. Don't trust your flesh. Obviously, you've already had the conversation. So what's the point of going over it over? What's the point? There's no point. None. Say, hey, I already made up my mind. I'm going to stop with the visual things. Why? Because they bother you. I said, but the word Jesus, I'm just letting you know, I disagree, and I'm going to use that name because I don't have time to retrain myself to speak Hebrew. I think it's ridiculous, no offense. And that's it. I'll get rid of the physical for you as long as we can compromise that you're not going to give me a hard time for saying the word Jesus, the name.
Amen. All right, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, dude. All right, let me go to, what do you say, Lloyd? Love these discussions. Yeah. Sisu.
So I've heard one person.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Sisu. I've heard some people say, "Oh, you need to be rebaptized in this Yeshua's name." I've heard that before. That's wild.
Well, if you get someone believing that they're saying a wrong name, clearly they're going to have to do everything all over again because they did it wrong, right? It's so dumb. It's dumb, bro. But look, this is what happens when people are like, they don't know what else to learn. They're not. They were never discipled. They don't make disciples. They get in their Bible and they're like, I've read that a million times. Let me see. What other kind of shenanigans can I get into? Let me see. Let me study the name. Oh, literally 4 weeks later. Oh, forgive me for calling you the stupid Jesus, Zeus, the Zeus. There's no such thing as Zeus. It came from Zeus. Then they get into that whole scandal, 6 months of their life wasted on, am I saying his name right, wrong? Yeshua. I think it's, and then that boy, for 6 more months, scholars calling everybody, it's Yeshua. Oh, Yeshua. And then they go meet some other fool, Yeshua. Oh, okay, my bad, I'm wrong again. 4 years, bro. What the heck? You'd have been better off looking for Christ in the Old Testament for 4 years.
It's a good beginning, like to start a conversation, though. God bless you, brother.
Yeah,
God
for
bless
4
everyone.
minutes. Yeah, we'll talk about it for 4 minutes.
I mean, anything about Jesus, honestly, it's a good opportunity to talk. Like, you can change the topic to something else. But
I'm just, but you just got to be clear that, again, there's not a lot of time here. So any time that you're wasting time, that is not good time. Right? So
I mean, it's not a salvation matter as long as the person believes in his death, burial, and resurrection, what he has done for them. So
what's not a salvific issue? What?
Like his name,
No, that's
or
it's that's not a sal. But I'm saying for the person, right? The person
right, yes.
that is wasting 4 years of their life trying to figure out how to say the name right. I am saying that is a waste of time. That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about arguing with someone. I'm talking about one person on this journey. What is the name? I'm saying that crap comes from not being discipled, right? They were converted and then they're like, good luck. And they're like, what to do?
But some people, they don't want to be discipled, brother. Like, honestly, I've seen that many
Okay, all
times.
right. Let's. What do you mean they don't want to be? What do you mean?
They don't want to, like, for example, you talk to them about something, right? They just brush it off, or they forget about it.
You're saying, okay. Are you saying that there are people that are prideful and they don't want someone to teach them nothing?
Pretty much, yeah. I'm not gonna say prideful, but like they're just like, I want to learn things my way. I want to.
That's pride.
I want to get to that point.
That's pride. That's pride. Look. All right, that's still pride. You still have to
it's my walk, with the Lord.
All right. Again, all right. Okay, so they're still not doing what God's telling them to do. You have to be discipled. Only a disciple can make a disciple. So this whole arrogant, prideful, my walk, I'm telling you, I can't tell you how many people have done that, and 5, 6, 10 years later, they'll come up to me, I should have just listened to you, Trot, man. I feel like I wasted all this time. And I tell them, you did. You did, bro. That's a waste of time. You didn't learn nothing. I said, I tell you what, in that 6, 7, 10 years, teach me something. Can't teach me nothing. So was that good time, Saba? Was that a good 10 years?
No, but honestly, like I give up. Like honestly, like one thing I learned, during these 2 years, the more that you persist, the more that you want to open the conversation, the more that you want to make disciple, like they make them a disciple, is just I feel like I'm being a stumbling block.
Yeah, okay.
And when I
but now let me say this.
That's when they're all of a sudden.
Yeah, but now you're talking. Yeah. But now you're talking. Listen, but now you're talking about trying to force someone to be discipled. That's not how you make a disciple. By forcing.
Not forcing. Yeah. Like trying to open the way to that.
Yeah. Let me just look. Let me just say it this way. Let me make it real clear. Making a disciple is when someone is chasing you for information. That's making a disciple.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
But you have to start like at some point. Like I'm talking about like my family wise, like I'm just talking like, because they don't know what a disciple is.
All right, hold on. Stop. Listen. Your family already knows that you're claiming you know Jesus, you know God, right? They already know? Or they they okay.
Yes, 100%.
Then okay. If they already know, then let me make it real. There is no point for you to be bringing it up. None. If they come up to
you know what's funny, brother, is like they know that I know things about Jesus, about the Bible, about like Islam, like these things that I know, right? And when I tell them, it's like I'm talking specific about like my mom. When I tell her,
golly, is she in the house? Did y'all hear that? I'm talking about my mom specifically.
No, she's not here. But like with my dad, he's always receptive. He's always interested. He has like 10 ears to hear, like I love that about him, right?
Well, it's because it's because guys are black and white. Women, y'all are a different shade every day. It's always the mom. It's always the mom, bro. I'm not kidding. Yes. It's always the mom. It's like
I don't know why. I don't know. Well, but like my dad, even I'm telling him like in the beginning, I'm like, listen, I'm gonna take you to the garden, okay? And I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna ask you questions, okay?
Hold on. You tell your dad I'm gonna take you to the garden?
Yes.
Yeah, bro. Heck yeah. Saba was like, hey, Dad, come here. Let's go to the garden real quick. Boy, Dad's the adventurer. Let's go. And then you're like, Mom. Yes. You're like, Mom, let's go to the garden. Hold on. Who told you that?
Exactly. Exactly. And when I leave her alone and she goes like on Instagram and stuff, like she finds the exact thing that I was telling her from like this Persian guy. He has a church, you know, like Iranian church, like online, and is preaching, and she sends it to me, and I'm like, but I told you this exactly a year ago. You wouldn't believe me.
What'd she say? What'd she
like,
say?
Nothing. She just sends me the video to approve, like, you know what, look, listen to this video. But the same material in that video, I told her like most probably a year ago.
All right, look, Saba, look. All right, listen. You're a woman. You're a woman. So you should already know that she's not going to learn nothing from you. Watch this. Watch this.
Exactly.
Watch. A man, right? A man marries a woman, and the woman, if she's lacking in any way, and the man's like, hey, let me show you how to do it. Oh, that's now she's not going to let you show her. Hey, let me show you. I didn't ask for you. Who said that I need your help? Why do you think you think I'm stupid? You don't think I know how to do it? So you're dealing with a woman, Saba. Come on now.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know, like, you know, and at this point I'm like, I let it go. And then like she's now slowly like coming and asking and showing things. I don't know. It's like I know she's safe. She has a Jesus picture in her wallet.
Oh my God. You should have said, hey, who took that photo? Who took that photo?
You know, every time I tell her, like, you know, like, I had the encounter with Jesus, like, you should understand this and that. And she's like, before you had an encounter, like, I knew Jesus, you know? And she shows me, like, her picture. I'm like, obviously.
That's hilarious.
It's an Islamic, you know, type of belief, but yeah.
I wouldn't.
I mean, it's not. She's saved, so.
Yeah, that's all that matters. I wouldn't be bringing nothing up to her. I'm just telling you, I would not say nothing. And if she asked a question, her answer is going to be this long. Me. Hey, so do you think we're trees? Yes. That's it.
It's not gonna get there.
No, I'm saying whatever the question is, I'm going to answer it as fast as I can, and I'm going to go make a sandwich. I'm done. You know. Well, okay, but you don't think? I don't know. Maybe. Probably. Sure. Why not? It's a woman. She's a woman. That's how you have to.
No, but you don't understand, brother. Like, it's in our culture. Like, if I don't talk about it, they're like, oh, it was one of those things that you were on this journey of like spirituality. Because I've been in so many journeys.
Okay. All right. So that's different. All right. Look, that's different.
She's gonna be like, you know, it was just a short time.
Oh, good.
You know?
Okay. Well, good. So now because she did that, she's telling you she wants you to talk more, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so then there's your invitation. So then you're like, oh, okay. And when she goes, okay. So all right, well, the next time, don't make the comment because I'm gonna give you an earful. You gotta know how to handle that. I'm telling you.
You know what? Like I found my way. We were having a conversation, and then any topic. I started giving like the wisdom biblically. And then at the end, I'm like, yeah, this was according to the Bible.
Oh my God.
Tricky.
Yeah, like she's like doing something, and I'm like, by the way, this was actually biblical. So that's my way, because as soon as I start with like Jesus said that, or this is the Bible, and she's immediately gonna like reject it. So I tell her something that I said at the end.
She's out here like, you've activated my trap card.
Yeah. So I was like, I found my way. Yeah. Well, Dad sounds cool though.
Yeah, it could be wisdom in anything. Like, you know, if I want to apply it, like she's being on my brother, like, you know, on his tail, like, you know, for too long, or she's trying to annoy him. I try to give advice, and I'm like, by the way, it was biblical.
By the way, it's biblical.
And then she's like, you know, yeah, she's like, and then at the end, obviously, because she's not gonna resist it, if that makes sense. You know?
Just you give a freaking short answer, dude. And if she comes back, oh, see, it was just, oh, you want an earful? Brah. There. She wanted it. She asked for it. If they don't ask for it, they don't get it. I mean,
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It's all about like you finding like your relationship with that person, and then like how you want to do it. Because I tried many ways, you know, the more that you try to
See, you're making discipleship hard. I don't do none of that, man, because all of it's on God. The only reason why you would be so focused is because for some reason you still think the burden is on you. I gotta tell, if they don't want to hear it, the burden is not on you. That's on God. The burden is on Him at that point. It's like, look, this hard-headed woman right here. That's it. It's on Him. It's on Him. Ain't nothing
Yeah,
else.
100%. Again, I'm not going like I used to force it. Like I used to make her like, on the phone side.
No, we're not getting
About
off.
Jesus.
We're not getting off. Listen.
Exactly. And she would hang up and I would call again.
Call again. Listen, you understand? Your soul needs to hear.
That's exactly how it was. And then I had to learn it the hard way. So
All right,
yeah.
look, now that everybody's here, Saba, before we get into it, I'm going to ask the guys one more time because earlier there was only about 20-something people in here. But I don't know what y'all are doing for your wife on Valentine's Day, but you can't stop serenading your woman, okay? I don't know, maybe you woke up on the stupid side of the bed or something, but all these little stupid games that we play in America, you got to kind of play along because that's what's in the girl's head. Now, Saba's in the UK. Y'all don't do Valentine's Day over there, do you, Saba?
Yes, we do, but
is it the date the
this year's
same?
Valentine's Day, it's not our Valentine. So
Yeah,
pretty much for
what?
us
Yeah,
here.
what month is it in?
Yeah, it's 14th of February. It's worldwide, brother.
Well, then what?
Not,
Then what do you mean it's not your day?
oh, for us Persian, because we are mourning, the souls that have been taken.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Forgive. Yeah. Forgive my ignorance. Yeah. Forgive my ignorance. Yeah. So if anybody's going through something like that, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about people who aren't going through a very hard time. I'm talking about those people. So, but is my heifer in here? I need somebody to tell me right now. She in here? If y'all see her come in here, somebody better say something. Somebody better say something. Y'all see, I'm being dead serious. I need 5-6 people watching my 6. Listen, I'm gonna let y'all hear it, but I wrote a song to my heifer. I'm about to play it.
I don't see her now.
All right, I'm about to play it real quick. I don't see her either.
I don't know any fake accounts though, so.
No, she don't have any. I'm gonna play this is song. This is my song to my heifer woman. Oh, my bad. That ain't it. Oh, here it is. Right after this, we're gonna get to Nehemiah. But I'm going fishing. But if I had the right bait, I'd take you on a date. I didn't get a good look, but I cracked a grin and set that hook because I can tell she'll be a fighter if I was brighter. My career would be a firefighter. To know how to put out her flames, we have to burn together. Alone is not the same. Boy, I'm glad she came. Dating has never been the same. You put them all to shame. Why waste time playing an arcade? You will be my game. From a gondola ride to a camping trip by myself to my bride. There's no pride, I already know. She'll be a fighter if I was brighter. My career would be a firefighter. To know how to put out her flame, we have to burn together.
Took our vows to dog a house on some land. Man, it's been grand. Soon a baby will be on its way. And that's not a cliche. I just pray it's a boy. Because if a dame, I don't know what boy will be able to put out that flame. Because, like her mama, she'll be fed. If I was brighter, my career would be fair. To know how to put out her flame, we have to burn together. Alone is not the same. Boy, I'm glad she came. I love fishing, but I'm sure glad she came. 'Cause burning alone was not the same.
Yeah, buddy. Guys, don't stop serenading your woman, man. Okay? It says, love your wives like Christ loved the church. She don't deserve that, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Y'all just don't tell her. Y'all just don't tell her I said that, but she don't deserve that. She don't deserve, but I'm gonna do it anyway, though. I'm gonna do it anyway. All right. All right, let's get into it. All right, Saba, where we at? Let's see. Oh man, come on, Saba, you here?
Yes, brother, I'm here.
All right, where we at?
Nehemiah 6.
Oh yeah, 6. Hold on a second. Let's do a recap on 5. What was the main part of 5? Let's see.
They were restoring. Nehemiah was talking to get back their assets, their lands, their vineyards.
Let me see.
And everything that it was taking they were taking interest.
Yeah, that's right. That the usury. The
yes.
usury. That's right. Let me go back over here. Let me write this down real quick. All right. So if you have not heard Nehemiah 1 through 5, I highly recommend you go back and look at that so you can see how Nehemiah, whose name literally means Yahweh is comforter, right? Which is pointing to our comforter who was moved to rebuild us from the ruins back up into a gated city or a fenced in city, right? It's really weird when you talk about us being a fenced-in city, babies lose their minds. They're like, what are you talking about, bro? It's talking about a city. And you're like, bro, I know in real life that was a city, okay? But I'm trying to show you what it's telling you today. It is telling you something today, whether you want to believe it or not, whether you see it or not, whether you're not at that. Listen, it's kind of like telling fourth and fifth graders to go visit a college. You understand? They're not understanding what they're teaching. But why do you think they take fourth and fifth graders to college? Was anybody in fourth or fifth grade and y'all did like a trip to a college? Let me see if anybody can relate to what I'm saying. Or no. Did anybody do that while you were in elementary school? Not junior high, not high school, elementary. At least half of us. No, yes, okay. Okay, maybe not half, but I'm going to say there's a good amount of people that are listening that your school did take you to a college, okay? Lloyd, no field trip for me. All right, well, I did. I went to a few and I know other people that has. They're not taking you up there because they want you to sit in the class for a lesson. I remember the first thing I noticed is how thick one of the books were. I'll never forget it. The guy in the class handed it to me. You know, if you think I'm short now in fourth or fifth grade, Bubba, I was short. That dude gave me that book. It took my whole chest. I was like, God, that sucker. I'm not a very big dude. All right. But this is a big book. And I swear, this is how big that book was. You know, but I'm like 10. You know what I mean? I mean, that sucker was, hey, I was holding the book like this and my arm, you know, it was touching my elbows. The book was huge. And I remember thinking, man, what the heck are they talking about in here? They didn't take me up there to give me a lesson in the class, but I got a lesson nonetheless. I knew that this is going to be more difficult than what I'm going through now. You know, you could say, well, if you keep your studies up, it'll be just as difficult. And that's true too. But it's still more difficult than what I was doing at the time, right? But as you grow in understanding, there's always just enough more difficult for you to grow, right? But if you were to try to give that to me at age 10, I want to know what the heck you're talking about. Okay, so having a show like this, the whole world can come in here, and it still ain't clicked in their head that I'm looking for people who I can level up. That's who I'm looking for. I didn't start this looking for babies. That's not who I started this for. But I already know they're going to come in here. I already know they're going to be confused. This is nothing new. It's such elementary understanding. And I know when they come in here because they don't know what the heck I'm talking about. And people are like, no, it's because you're doctrine. No, shut up. Ain't got nothing to do with the doctrine. It's because where you're at. You're a child. And you don't want to be told that. You're hard-headed. You were never discipled, ever. Guys, come on. You need to know when someone is not where you're at. You need to know. And it's not about head knowledge. It's not about that. Okay? Has nothing to do with that. Listen, if reading the Bible was about head, let me say this. Hopefully, if you heard the song, we brought it up earlier, the song "I'm Your Garden," head knowledge is not going to, you're not writing that with head knowledge. Let me watch this. If that type of song was just about head knowledge, it would have already been written. It would have already been written that way. You understand what I'm trying to say? If reading the Bible was just head knowledge, what I'm saying shouldn't be new information. Everybody should know it. Everybody. 90% of Christians should not have a problem with anything that I'm saying. But what I'm referring to is not a head knowledge thing. It's not. You will only repeat it if it's you. If it's part of you, you will repeat stuff that I teach. If it's part of you. But it would make no sense for a 10-year-old to go parroting what college kids are talking about. because at that point, that's all you would be doing is parroting. So then you get mocked. Now people get to mock you because you are literally just parroting what someone said. But when it is in you, the mock don't last very long. I can't tell you how many mockers I've had shut their mouth when I got one-on-one with them and they come in here and they mock, he don't know what he's talking about. And all they're doing is showing me where they are. You're just showing me where you are. It's the weirdest thing. And these people can be so smart. I'm talking when it comes to these kind of, like when it comes to books. But when it comes to spiritual revelation, they're as ignorant as a 10-year-old. Okay. And when you tell them that, they get offended, they get mad, and you're like, wow, how does this person not know this? And sometimes just, it's not enough just to tell them I disagree. Sometimes that's not enough. Sometimes you have to tell them, my friend, I don't know any other way to tell you this. When it comes to the Bible, you are a child. And I've told them before, and they've gotten mad, and I don't care. I know what I'm saying is right. What you're saying is 100% wrong. And I'm not talking about the argument. We're not talking about Trinity versus oneness, for God's sakes. How many times have you heard a Trinitarian tell a oneness, it's because I got the Spirit? And then the oneness tell, it's because I got the Spirit. I'm not talking about pride, boasting arguments. I'm talking about revelation, not arguments. Get out of that crap, for God's sakes. Get out of that. Stop letting people suck you into arguments, man. I just don't, stuff you're saying it can't be from God. Oh, man. So you want to fight about it? Well, the Bible says that we're supposed to take up for scripture. It's like, bro, you don't know what I'm talking about. 5 years later, my bad, bro. My bad, bro. I'm sorry. I just didn't understand. Let me see a 1 in a comment. And when you first heard me talk about stuff, you're like, nah, bro, dude tripping. And then here we come. Years later, you're like, nah, he ain't tripping. Let me see a 1 in a comment if you resemble that person, where you actually started seeing it for yourself. Rise, you need to be the first one to put a 1 in there. I better see a 1. Right in there, Rise. Don't do that to yourself. Put a 1 in there. Now he act like he don't hear me. It's nonstop. And people still misunderstand, and they'll think you're trying to boast about you, when the only thing you boast about is Christ in the Bible. It's the only thing that you'll hear me boast about is Christ in the Bible. Now, it's still a show, so of course you're going to hear me get personal stuff, but I'm talking, it's about Christ. Everything's about him. Sando, I thought you went against everything I grew up hearing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not really going against it. It's really just adding to it, and it's taking away some things that are just misconstrued. But it's all good. It's all good. All right, so now we're at 6. What's up?
I missed it. What am I putting a 1 in the chat for?
My question is actually real direct. That when someone started recognizing that they needed to be discipled by me, they need to put a 1 in the chat. And you didn't put a 1 in the chat because you 100% need to put a 1 in the chat right there, Rise. I still don't see it, Rise. I still don't see it. You gonna put it in there?
There's a
No. I'm looking for the 1. I don't see. Nope. I still don't see a 1 from Rise. I'm waiting. I just want some truth. Okay, I just want some. I'm waiting with Rise. I'm waiting. When you gonna put it in there? You ain't gonna put it in there? I tell you what, Rise. If you're not gonna put a 1, put a 0 in the chat. Then put a 0 in there, meaning that you're not gonna put a 1. Let's see. A 2.
I put it 2. Is that good?
I don't know. What does a 2 represent?
Nothing, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Nothing.
Well, 1 represents someone that got discipled by Trot. So you can't put a 1 right there? You can't put a 1? You can't be honest?
So I learn from everybody, bro. I learn from everybody.
Oh, you learn from everybody? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so you didn't learn nothing from me then?
Because I believe, no, I learned from you too, but I
y'all see how Rise, you're something else, bro. Man, bro. Hey, you would do so much better. You would do so much better, bro. You would do so much better. But that's all right.
I learn from you, okay, but I also learn from others because we're all brethren and we feed each other.
No, 90% of the stuff you talk about, you learn from me, Rise. Stop it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, bro. Just don't say nothing. Hey, just stay muted then. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Thank you.
Wow. Unbelievable. 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 All right, so we're going to be in chapter 6. We're going to be in chapter 6. Says he learns from everybody. I don't hear you talk about nothing you learn from anybody but me. I don't hear you talk about nothing. Everything comes from Trot.
Let's talk about the snow. Why does the snow cover the whole world? I mean, your whole area, and you're the one that got to come and clear a path out. That's the same thing in the spirit. You put a veil over their hearts, and you're the one to come clear the path, right? Nobody taught me that. Christ showed me that in the spirit. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. You said you learned from everybody. You mean you learned that from the spirit?
Well, yeah, because the spirit speaks to
Rise. Stop, bro. Stop. It's not a good look what you're doing. It's not. It's not a good look. It's not a good look, Rise. Not a good look, bro. Go ahead. You good.
Trying to look good.
All right. All right. Okay, Rise. I got it. Don't worry. You said it loud and clear. All right.
Glory to Jesus.
All right. Okay, Rise. All right. Yeah, yeah. I know what you're trying to turn it into. Yeah. I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. All right. Let's go to chapter 6. Let's go to chapter 6. Okay, so chapter 5, complaint against usury. Nehemiah. So Nehemiah rebuilt the ruined places, and it named all the stuff that all the oil, and it names the corn. And the entire Bible, I'm not going to do a full recap over 5, but in the entire Bible, you constantly hear about ruined places being rebuilt. You constantly hear about new wine. You constantly hear about a harvest. And it just so happens that this is all the things that is being brought up while Nehemiah is rebuilding the walls of Judah, referring to the gates, right? All the gates that are there. Let me read I'm going to read one part in 5. Rebuke. Also, I said it's not good that, let me see. Likewise, 11. So Nehemiah 5:11, I think it says, restore, I pray you, to them even this day their lands, their vineyards, their oliveyards, and their houses, also the 100 part of money and corn, wine, oil, exact to them. So this whole thing right here in 11 is exactly what Jesus did. He's the one that restored everything, debt free. It was him that did all that. But this is what we see in 5. But like I said, if you missed 1 through 5, I mean, each one of them is probably a couple hours long, or if not longer. But I definitely recommend going and looking at that. All right, so I'm going to start at 6. So it says, now it came to pass when Sanballat and Tobiah and Geshem, the Arabian, and the rest of our enemies heard that I had builded the wall, and that there was no breach left therein, though at the time I had not set up the doors upon the gates, that Sanballat and Geshem sent unto me, saying, come, let us meet together in some one of the villages in the plain of Ono. Somebody look up that word Ono. And it's not Uno. It's not the card game. It's Ono.
Just means, oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. They haven't built it yet. Yeah, somebody look. Who's looking it up? Oh no.
You're in 5 right now?
Chapter
5?
Nehemiah chapter 6, verse 2. It says, villages in the plain of Ono, but they thought to do me mischief. which he already knew that because they're already mocking him previously. Right.
Ono means vigorous.
Vigorous, in the plane of vigorous, right? What do you think that's pointing at? What do you think that's pointing at? Anybody? What's that pointing at? That they're going to meet in a plane that's not right there where all this building is taking place. It's in a like a neutral place kind of, and it just so happens to be called vigorous. That's the land. Vigorous land. I'll let you think about it. There's a couple of verses that come to mind that I'm hoping comes to yours, but it has to do with that. And it says, I sent messengers unto them saying, I am doing a great work so that I cannot come down. Why should the work cease whilst leave it and come down to you? So real simple. Why do I need to come to you? I'm doing work right now. He says, yet they sent unto me 4 times after this sort, and I answered them after the same manner. Then sent Sanballat his servant unto me in like manner, the 5th time with an open letter in his hand. Okay, so 4 times. Hold on. All right. All right, Nehemiah chapter 6, verse 4 says, yet they sent unto me 4 times after this sort, and I answered them after the same manner. Then Sanballat sent his servant unto me in a like manner the 5th time with an open letter. So it says, wherein was written, it is, which means for 4 times he kept saying, hey, I'm busy. Why do you want me to come down there? I'm busy. So now there's a letter. And it says, and it was written there, it is reported among the heathen. And hold on a second. Hey. Oh, man, dogs. All right. Let's see. All right. It is reported. So this is verse 6. Reported among the heathen, and Gashmu saith it, that thou and the Jews think to rebel, for which cause thou buildest the wall, that thou mayest be their king according to these words. Now, the Amplified, I'm going to read the Amplified because there's a couple of phrases there that, so it says, it's written, it is reported among the neighboring nations, and Gashmu is saying that you and the Jews are planning to revolt, and that is the reason you're building the wall. And according to these reports, you are to be their king. So this is what the letter says. And it says, and thou hast also appointed prophets to preach of thee at Jerusalem, saying, there is a king in Judah, and now shall it be reported to the king according to the words. Come now, therefore, let us take counsel together. Let's see. All right, 8. It says, then I sent unto him, saying, there are no such things done as thou sayest, but thou, what's that word? I don't remember reading that word. I guess it's finest. Yeah. I don't remember seeing that word like that. It says, but there are such things done, and thou sayest, but thou findest them out of thy own heart. For they all made us afraid, saying, their hands shall be weakened from the work, that it be not done. Now, therefore, O God, strengthen my hands. All right. So now he said this prayer to God, and this is where it gets to the running or something, I think. Let me see. Okay. Afterward, I came unto the house of Shemaiah, the son of Deliah, and the son of Mehitabil, who was shut up. And he said, let us meet together in the house of God within the temple, and let us shut the door of the temple, for they will come to slay thee. Yea, in the night will they come to slay thee. How many times, man, you see it in the Bible so many times where you have man of God being hidden, right? You got Rahab takes them and hides them. And who was it that hid the men in the like it was a
Jericho? Or no, that's
no, where they hid them like it's like the part where the vineyard is. I can't remember the name of it, but it was underground. They hid them underground. You remember that? There's a few times it happens. But it happened again right here that they're even talking about it anyway. And he says, because they'll slay you 11. Let me see. Let us meet together. Yeah, 11. And I said, should such a man as I flee? And who is there that being as I am would go into the temple to save his life? I will not go. I will not go in. So they're like, hey, no, let's go in the temple. We'll shut you in there. And he's like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to hide. Okay. All right. 12. And he says, and lo, I perceived that God had not sent him, but that he pronounced this prophecy against me, for Tobiah and Sanballat had hired him. Therefore was he hired, that I should be afraid to do so and sin, and that they might have matter for an evil report, that they might reproach me. Okay, so far where we're at, he's saying, nah, that man, you were hired to come over here and say this stuff. Like this is a fear tactic y'all are using against me. That's very important. And we'll see why in a minute. Let's see. That he might reproach me. He says, my God, think thou upon Tobiah and Sanballat according to these their works, and on the prophets of Neadiah and the rest of the prophets that would have put me in fear. So the wall was finished in the 25th day of the month of Elul, in 52 days. And it came to pass that when all our enemies heard thereof, and all the heathen that were about us saw these things, they were much cast down in their own eyes, for they perceive that this work was wrought of our God. Moreover, in those days, the nobles of Judah sent many letters unto Tobiah, and letters of Tobiah came unto me. For there were many in Judah sworn unto him, because he was the son-in-law of Shechaniah, the son of Ara, and his son Joanan had taken the daughter of Meshullam, the son of Berechiah. Also, they reported his good deeds before me and uttered my words to him. And Tobiah sent letters to put me in fear. So there's this constant idea of a message coming to put this man in fear constantly. Right here, we see it more than once. And so throughout the entire Bible, we see that the Bible teaches that God did not give us a spirit of fear. Now, these men were not before the cross. Okay. They weren't before the cross. So the idea of the spirit indwelling in them for eternity, that has not happened yet. And there are people that will say, oh yeah, the spirit was already indwelling them, because what they see is they see a miraculous thing and they say, see, the spirit had to be indwelling in them. The spirit had to be, is what they'll say. And nothing could be further from the truth. Just because the spirit comes upon someone and you see this miraculous thing, that does not mean that the Messiah has already come to rebuild the city. The ruins, the rebuilt city, to rebuild the ruined places, that has not happened yet. And until that happens, there no be indwelling in the gate. The people are missing this stuff. So here we have fear trying to be put on Nehemiah several times. And I think this is where we get into the begattins, because we're not done going over 6, by the way. All right. I want to see where the begattins.
So if Nehemiah is the shadow of Jesus, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, the spirit, right? Obviously, the spirit is the comforter. That's what it means. It's pretty much like I see like how he was tempted 40 days in the wilderness. You know, that he was being tempted in a way, like trying to make him like, you know, to fall in the flesh.
Okay, you're saying Nehemiah, like those people coming to Nehemiah,
Yes.
is a temptation.
Yes.
Well, yeah, of
Yes.
course. Yeah. They're tempting him to be in fear. Yeah. And he's like, no. So what does he do? He talks to God instead. Right?
Yes.
We see him talk to God a few times, right? So it was 4 times that he said, I'm not going, I'm rebuilding. And then the 5th time they sent him letters. And even after that, they did it more. This is constant trying to get him.
Unknown caller.
Trying to get him to act out in his flesh. It's a constant thing. And he's like, I'm not doing it, and I'm not running. So the fact that he didn't run, oh man. The fact that he's not running, it's letting us know that, you know, like they say in 2026, he's going to stand on business. he's He's going to stand on business. All right. So hold on. Bro, they've been at it.
If someone scrolls now, they'll be like, it's a worship, you know, it's a worship live. Everyone is quiet, trying to worship.
It's a prayer. It's
The moment of silence for the dogs, okay?
Do what? Don't stop talking now.
We're having a moment of silence for the dogs.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it wasn't just them. I had some family come literally at the same time while they were acting up. So I put one of them outside. It's all good. All right. Yeah. Saba, what were you saying about this now?
Nothing. I just said that, yeah, it just reminded me of like Jesus in the wilderness.
Excuse me. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. There's always God doing something, and then this temptation of like trying to cause fear, right? To try to thwart or stop you from doing something. You see it all the time. The 450 prophets of Baal, right? They become unalive by Elisha, and he runs off, and Jezebel sends a message to him. Remember?
Yes.
And it says, you know, you will be just like them. You know, like you're going to become unalive. I'm going to get you. And then he starts freaking out. He's in his flesh. He starts freaking out. And he's like, he cries out to God, and he's like, oh, and even they're going to, you know, I'm all alone, right? It's only me. I'm your only man of God. Like that kind of attitude, which that's never true. It's never true. There's always more. Anytime, let this be a thing. Like anytime you feel like you're the only one, anytime you feel like that, that's when you know you're kind of diving into something that's not true. Like it's never true, right? But that's what Elijah says, that I'm your only one. He's like, what are you talking about? And he tells him, there's more over here, bro. Like you need to calm your butt down. But he was definitely like, she's gonna kill me, and I'm your only one. It's like, no, that's not true, man. But a message was sent. It's always a message. Like you look at a story with Ehud, right? And Ehud goes into the parlor and he tells Eglon, I have a message for you. They both bring a message. One brings a message that is true, that is just, it's righteous. And then Satan's message is always a lie. There's no truth in him. So there's nothing he's saying is coming from the spirit. So if there's no truth in him, then where would fear be coming from then? If there's no truth in the message, it's a lie. So if it's a lie should not cause you to be in fear. It's something I talk about a lot, where a lot of people get offended because they're so used to being in their feelings, right? They're used to everyone catering to their feelings. They're so used to that they've gotten to a point. They're so used to that they've gotten to a point. Truck. They're so used to that they've gotten to a point. What? Just take the whole thing. It's in the truck. So, you know, people have gotten to the point where they're so used to being catered and everyone pampering their feelings that when they finally meet someone that's telling them, hey, you're not supposed to live like that, they automatically get mad. They're angry at you because you're telling them the lie. Now you're the liar. Trot's the one lying. I'm lying to you. I'm lying to you by telling you feelings are bad. When the truth is, you had coward parents and they weren't man or woman enough to tell you feelings are bad because they were scared you're going to throw another tantrum. That's what happened. And so now here we are. I got to re-babysit you because they literally babysat you. That's what they literally did. You're supposed to take, I don't care how old the person, human is, you're supposed to take them to the next level. Not make them worse or keep them the same. for 5, 10, 15 years. You got, I don't know if y'all have seen this, and it's not AI, it's not fake. There are adults today in their 20s, married, and neither one of them want to work. And they're married, and neither one of them want to work. And so you have both kind of like pampering each other's feeling. It's crazy that some of this stuff that I've been seeing, they pamper each other in this very weird, it's very against the Bible 100%. There's nothing wrong with taking care of one another, but they have to like encourage the other one to go to work like you would a kid to eat. It's, it's kind of like, they're like, they're not doing this, but this is what I see. They sit the other one down and they got this spoon, and, in that spoon, they got a piece of paper that says, I don't know, a weekly check. And they're like, come on, you want to go to work, don't you? Yes, I do, mommy. That's how they have to treat the other one to make sure they go to work. If you don't know how to take initiative to get your butt up on time and go to work without that, it's demonic. That's demonic. And then they come home from work, and the guy, I'm talking about a specific dude, he's pouting, he's mad, and he's like, I can't do this anymore. What he's trying to do is he's basically telling the woman, I don't want to bring any income. But he knows he can't use those words, so he's got to manipulate like he used to do his coward parents. He's got to manipulate. It's too hard. I don't want to wash the dishes. It hurts my hands. Oh, let me get you some gloves. The gloves are too tight. There's always an excuse. And then once you get them to wash the dish, my feet hurt. I'm standing up too long. They think that they can just manipulate their way or out of doing something. First their hands, the soap burns their skin. Second, okay, we'll put gloves on. Oh, well, they're too tight. Okay, we'll get you better ones. Dang, I can't use that again. All this that we're talking about, it all comes back to all this stuff, man. It all of it does. Elijah trying to get him to get in his feelings, Eglon sending a message, all these messages, but there's always a lie that comes. But the one that tells the truth is the one that the people get mad at. They get mad at the one telling the truth. Nobody gets mad at the liar. Again, I'm talking about people that's in their flesh. People that's in their flesh, they don't get mad at the liar. They get mad at the one.
It's easy to be in the fallen state than to be,
Oh, yeah. To stay the same.
With God, and exactly. And to walk in the Spirit is much easier, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Right. But I'm just saying, I'm watching this on TV, man. Well, it's not TV. It's on the internet. That's how you know I'm old. I say TV still. People don't watch TV no more. They watch stuff that comes through the internet. But I could not believe what I was seeing. This dude's 20-something years old. And just like he would tell his coward parents, I don't want to work. Take out the trash stinks. Tell them to do it. And the parents got to take the trash. The parents got to do it. And they think they're helping the kid. My friend, you're not helping your kid. All right. And that doesn't mean beat the crap out of them till they bleed. You're not helping them. That psycho goes both ways. Okay. But so this dude is doing it to his wife. I'm sitting there watching this. And he's like, oh, okay. So she gives him the right encouraging words. Well, it's healthy. So that was right when she said that. And she's like, okay, well, I already have, she either said 2 or 3. I don't remember. She either said 2 or 3, but she's like, I already have 2 or 3 jobs. And I was like, what? I looked into it. She's not lying. The girl does have 2 or 3 jobs. I was like, okay, because I didn't know if it was AI or not at first. And so that wasn't so when she hit him with that, right? When she hit him with that, like, it'd be like the mom and dad on the phone with the kid, right? And he's like, I can't, the trash stinks. I can't, you do it. Well, I'm not there, honey. You see how she kind of trumped his little, I'm not there. Oh, yeah, that was good. Let me see. What else can I do? They're always trying to figure out how to manipulate to get out of this. Like I was doing. I said, put a 1, he put a 2. And Raj, I like giving you a hard time, bro. He ain't even listening. But the manipulative game of someone that's in their flesh, okay? In their flesh. That kid's not playing around with his mom when he says the trash stinks. I want to take it. He's not playing games. He's being dead serious. That he's basically telling her, I'm not taking the trash out. So here comes this dude, and his wife's like, honey, I already got 2 or 3 jobs. And I'm like, what? You got 2 or 3 jobs? He doesn't have one. But the one he does have, he's complaining about, and he said he can't do it anymore. So she is talking to him like a baby. I couldn't believe what I was watching. A grown man trying to talk himself out of going to work. There's an issue there. You have an issue. Whatever it is, there's an issue. And this type of behavior is not normal. And for some reason, it's become normal for a lot of people. Now, again, this was a younger, you don't really see it too much with older. I don't with older people, but I'm sure there's older people that are like that. But I'm saying this new, I guess, generation, if you want to call that. So when you tell them, hey, you're not supposed to be in your flesh all the time. What? Feelings are good. They will fight you for their feelings, bro. And they have no idea that Satan has a stronghold over them. That's how he controls them, with their feelings. And so they thought a letter would scare Nehemiah. And Nehemiah, I guarantee you, looked at the letter and was like, I got right back to working. I let him know that I read it. Great job. So in chapter 6, all this was just a big fear tactic. And we get to the bottom line, which is the Bible finally showing us the conclusion that Nehemiah is like, it ain't going to work, bro. You make sure. Yeah. Let them know I got the letter. Okay, guys. For the umpteenth time. And he talks to God about it. He doesn't complain or cry. He just talks to him about it. Okay, so we're on 7. It says, now it came to pass when the wall was built, and I had set up the doors, and the porters and the singers and the Levites were appointed. Hey, somebody go look this up. Who can look stuff up right now?
I got you.
All right. So it says, and it came to pass when the walls were built, it says, and I had set up the doors, and the porters, singers, those 2 words right there, the porters and the singers. Now we
Amplified is gatekeepers.
Yeah, gatekeeper, yep. Porter, yeah, but porter means gatekeeper, Saba. So sometimes saying the same thing doesn't suffice. You know what I mean? A porter is a gate. So even if it said gatekeeper, we would still go look it up.
Yeah, that's what it says in the Strong's too. It says a janitor, doorkeeper, or porter.
All right, so it says a janitor, a gatekeeper, or a what?
Or porter.
Or a porter. Okay,
yeah.
But notice it has the word janitor there. Gatekeeper, janitor, porter. So this person stays at the gate. That's what the person does. Okay, but it says that he set the porter and the singer. So go look up this word singer. And let me know if it's got the word like yod in it. I don't remember. I'll be honest. I'm not saying it does. But I'm curious. I don't.
It says shear or...
No, the Hebrew word. What's the Hebrew word?
The Hebrew word is seer.
Seer? That's the Hebrew word?
Sheer is pronounced sheer. But
okay, it's a seer. Okay. All right, go ahead. So give it to us in English. Like, how is it defined or explained? The word singer?
It says through the idea of strolling to sing. Yeah, sing.
Is that it? It's got 3 words there?
Yeah.
Okay.
To sing song, singer, songstress.
Okay.
To be sung.
Be sung. All right. So porter and singer, and it says, and the Levites were appointed. It says that I gave my brother Hanani, look that name up, and Hananiah, the ruler of the palace, charge over Jerusalem. And their names are going to be similar. One's going to be of
Hanani,
God. Yeah.
Hanani means gracious.
Yeah, like Ananias, right? Ananias, right? And then Hananiah, it should have the name God in it, maybe.
Yep. God has favored. Yep.
Okay, so watch this. One guy's name is Grace or Gracious, and the other one is God is favored. And the word grace means unmerited favor, right? That's what it means. Unmerited favor, right? That's what grace, unmerited favor. So these two guys' names together literally means unmerited favor. And we know it's true, not just a coincidence that that's their names. No. We know this is all about unmerited favor because the law itself is not being used to accuse anybody right now. Where's the accuser while this is happening? The only place you see it, and I'm talking about the Jews are not using it to accuse themselves. But what we see happening is the letters that are coming, trying to instill fear. That's the message. So there's still a lie coming, but they're not accusing themselves. So what you see is nothing but unmerited favor from God. And now that the gates have been set right here, and it says that he put the porter and the singer, and it says that I gave my brother unmerited favor, which is 2, ruler of the palace. So who's ruling the palace? 2 guys whose name together means unmerited favor, which literally is the grace of God. And their charge over Jerusalem, for he was a faithful man. And, what? Oh, he was a favored man and feared God above many. What did he say? Oh. And he says, and I said,
Oh my God.
oh, that's Rise. What
Both
do you say,
of them
Rise?
speaking at the same time.
I said, would you see that as us and Christ because we have grace listeners as well?
Hey, man, I think I don't know if you're cutting in and out or what. Is it just me? Can y'all hear him cutting in and out?
No, he's breaking up.
We don't hear him at all.
Rise, I heard you say, do you see something as Christ? I don't know what you said after that.
He might be on another live.
Can you hear me now?
I think so.
2 miles.
You sound far away.
Right, so I was just saying, could you see that as us and Christ?
What, Nehemiah?
Yeah, like us being the body and him being the head.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. 100%. Nehemiah, his name meaning Yahweh is comforter, right? Nehemiah, yeah, Yahweh is comforter. So that's the comforter. So the comforter came, rebuilt everything, and now he is setting something in charge of the gates of the city and all this, which is unmerited favor, right? What is in charge of what just got built is grace. Grace is in charge now. It's so funny. That's exactly what we see happening right here. He put grace in charge, which is he put Mount Zion back in charge because Mount Zion is God's mountain. And so when they call Mount Sinai, where you hear people say, well, that's God's mountain too. Yeah, that's his mountain of judgment. That's what mountain that is right there, right? The left hand, right? But the right hand, Mount Zion, where grace reigns, is what's in charge now right here. And it says, he was a faithful man, talking about these 2 men, even though it's naming one guy, but both of these together. And he feared God above many. And I said unto them, let not the gates of Jerusalem be open until the sun be hot. And while they stand by, let them shut the doors and bar them and appoint watches of the inhabitants of Jerusalem, every one in his watch. So now there's watchers, and the watchers were appointed after unmerited favor is what built the city. That's when the watchers were appointed. So when you hear people talk about watchers, and they kind of make it sound like you need to be watching, like in the sense like of the flesh. You understand? If you listen to some people, they talk about watchers, they put all the burden on you. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. Bible says you have to watch. Ain't that what it says? Bro, your fat flesh couldn't watch if it tried. The heck you talking about? No, see, you're just reading into it. No, you're taking away, my friend. You're taking away from it. I ain't adding, you're taking away. Your flesh is enmity to God. It doesn't know how to watch. The spirit is the watcher, bro. The spirit is the watcher, not the flesh. It's craziness. Your flesh cannot watch. So it says right here, all right. And they set watchers. All right, right here. And appoint watches of the inhabitants of Jerusalem, every one in his watch, and every one to be over against his house. Look up that Breezy, look up that word house and see if it says like the word tabernacle or temple. It might not. It's been a minute since I looked over this. I'm just curious if it does. I'm not.
It starts at the house of God, right?
What verse is
Yeah,
that?
but sometimes the word literally will be talking about something else and not.
At the end of 3.
Yeah, my bad. Nehemiah 7. What?
The last sentence in verse 3.
Verse 3. Okay. Yeah. Over against his house.
Yeah, it says dwelling, habitation, shelter, abode.
Yeah. Abode, dwelling, habitation. Okay. All right. So
It also says temple too.
oh, okay. Yeah. All right. And it says, now the city was large and great, but the people were few therein, and the house were not builded. The houses were not builded. Jesus said, I go to prepare a place for you. See, after all this occurred, the resurrection, when all this stuff occurred, Jesus told the disciples, I will send a comforter to you, but not until after the resurrection. He cannot be the comforter until the body becomes the dwelling place. Can't. Because man is always looking on the outside. You understand? Feelings outside. The spirit does not comfort your feelings. When you're acting like a big toddler because you don't want to go to work, again, I'm referring to that. I just couldn't believe what I was saying. But like that dude didn't want to go to work. He's freaking 25 at least, 27. And he's telling his wife, I just can't do this no more. I was like, ugh.
That's wild.
It's wild,
That is
bro.
wild.
Breezy, if I find it, I'm gonna send it to you directly so you can see this. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was AI, bro. You know, you can't tell sometimes if it's AI, fake, you know. And I was like, wait a minute, it's
And
real.
you say he's 20-something. He in his prime right now.
Yeah. And you can't take it right now? Like, what are we talking about right now, dude? Like, you know, I don't want to make fun of the guy. I understand it. It is hard. I believe him. It is hard because your freaking coward parents set you up for failure. Don't be a coward parent. Don't do that. Don't be so scared of your kid you don't want to correct them. Come on, man. Come on. And then you want someone to marry that. Come on, man. Don't do that.
Brother,
yeah.
You know what this verse just it goes with what verse in the New Testament? In John chapter 14, verse 2. In my Father's house are many dwelling places. If it were not so, I would have told you, because I am going there to prepare a place for you.
Yeah.
So this is like, it literally goes with
Literally,
that.
this is what he's doing.
Yes.
But Nehemiah, his name, Yahweh is comforter. Who prepares the place for us? The comforter does, bro. The comforter. It's the comforter that does that, which is the Holy Spirit. So hold on a second, guys. Stay right there, Saba.
Don't move. Stay right there.
I'm right here. But that was so beautiful because in Nehemiah chapter 7, verse 4, it says, now the city was spacious and large, but there were few people in it, and the houses had not yet been built. And if we could put a verse after this, would be John chapter 14, verse 2, that he's already going to prepare that place for you. It says, in my Father's house are many mansions.
Yeah, and the Father's house is his body. So in that body, there's going to be many souls. That's what he's telling me.
What was the verse? Narrow is the gate. Sorry, what?
Straight is the way.
Straight is the way. Yeah,
Yeah,
narrow is the gate. Straight is the way. Yes. So not so many people will be getting in there, right? But the house is spacious, the body.
The road is narrow because there's only one body.
Right. But not so many people will be accepting, right?
Only one body could fit in.
Exactly, brother or sister, the house, Yehuda, many are called, but few are chosen. That's exactly what I was looking for. God bless you, brother Trey. Shalom, shalom. Shabbat shalom. Is it Shabbat?
Tomorrow, not tonight, not tonight.
All right.
Well, it's almost sundown over here. What about over there for you, Sab?
Yep. Same
We got
here.
a few more hours.
Yeah.
Few more hours. It's already dark here. It's already like looks
It's
like
still
morning.
morning time in Colorado.
Yeah, 1 p.m. over here.
It's 6 p.m. almost.
All right, what's up? Where we at?
Nothing. We're just talking about that, and also like I was gonna say this verse, but I couldn't. I didn't remember it. Many are called, but few are chosen. Here it says, now the city was spacious and large, but there were few people.
Hold on. Give everybody the address. What are you reading?
So I don't know the verse. Does anyone know the verse?
No.
The
one you're reading right now.
Nehemiah 7 verse 4.
Okay,
the one that we just read.
Okay, go ahead. Well, go ahead and read it like you're doing. What are you saying?
Now the city was spacious and large, but there were few people in it, and the houses had not yet been built.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, and it also reminded me of the few, many are called, but few are chosen.
Yeah. So, okay, let's talk about that for a second. What is that? Many are called, but few are chosen. What is that?
Salvation is for everyone. The gospel is going to be preached to many nations, but few are going to be receiving.
All right, so let's go. Let's find the address. Somebody pull it up. Where is the verse that says?
I don't know.
That's all right. Somebody knows. We'll find it. Where's the address? For many are called, but few are chosen. Nobody? Man.
It's in the Old
It's
Testament.
Matthew.
Somebody just put it in Google real quick.
No? It's Matthew 22:14, I think.
At the stop sign,
Here it
turn left
says in Matthew 22, verse 14, for many are called, invited, summoned, but few are chosen.
Okay, so what parable is this?
I have to
it
go
matters. It matters.
I'm not. It's a parable of the marriage feast.
Yep, that's the parable right there. Okay, so go to the conclusion of this. What's the conclusion of this? What's the last verse or what's a couple of verses before the many are called but few are chosen? So go up 2 or 3 verses and read.
It says, okay, I'm going to read from verse 10. Those servants went out into the streets and gathered together all the people they could find, both bad and good. So the wedding hall was filled with dinner guests sitting at the banquet table.
Right. So
But when the king, should I read it till 14?
Well, you don't have to, because I just wanted you to read that so everybody understood where we're at, because
that was verse 10.
Because
10.
Jesus is telling Israel, everybody has been invited, right?
Yes.
He's saying all of Israel's been invited, but since y'all rejected it, now we got to go look. We got to go find somebody to fill up this space, this party, right?
Gentile. Yes.
Right? Okay. So now, after all of that, he says, for many are called, but few are chosen. So what this whole thing's about, this wedding. So who is he talking to? What's he saying?
He's talking about, he called Jews, but the Gentiles will be chosen.
No.
I don't know.
No, because watch this. The message that was given to the Jews is, hey, come. The message that's given to the Jews is, hey, come. There's a wedding, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right, yes.
Was the same message gave to the Gentile?
No.
No, the same message
was it?
Yeah, the Messiah is here.
But not here, not in this context.
No.
It was just only, yes, in general, yes.
Okay.
100%.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So what do you mean not in context? Because in context, everybody's invited to the wedding.
Yes, they were.
All right.
All the people.
All of Israel is invited. They didn't come. So he's like, oh, hey, guys, go out and find whoever you can. Was there a different message given, or was it come to the wedding? Same message. Same message. Yes. Okay. So what is Jesus saying when he says many are called, but few are chosen? Do you see when he goes out to the Gentiles, do you see them chosen? Let's go to it.
Mm-hmm. Where is that?
Just go up. Just go to verse 8. Go to verse 5. Go up.
Okay. Let me see. What are we looking for?
Just start reading at verse 5.
Okay, but they paid no attention.
All right, who paid no attention?
Okay, let me go up.
No. That's it. Keep reading. It's talking about Israel. They paid no attention.
Okay.
All right, now keep reading.
Okay. They paid no attention. They disregarded the invitation, treating it with contempt, and went away, one to his farm, another to his business. The rest of invited guests seized his servants and mistreated them, insulting and humiliating them and unalived them. The king was enraged when he heard this and sent his soldiers and destroyed those unalivers and burned their city. Then he said to his servant, the wedding feast is ready, but those who were invited were not worthy. So go in the main highways that lead out of the city and invite to the wedding feast.
Okay,
as
right
many
there,
as you
right
find.
there. Listen,
Yes.
Invite. Did it say go choose?
No, invite.
Invite. Yes. Okay, so now go to where we know it's talking about Israel, and let's see if they were invited. Let's go to the beginning and let's see if Israel was invited. Let's see what word is used there. So
right, from the beginning of 22.
What verse did you just read?
This was 5.
Yeah, so let's go to verse 2. Maybe.
Okay, just one is like literally one sentence. So let me start from the beginning.
Is this anything with Luke 12:45?
What's Luke 12:45?
Where it talks about beating the servant starts beating The fellow servants. Starts. We can read it.
Well, just go to read verse 2 or verse 1.
Let me. Okay, Jesus spoke to them again in parables, saying, "The kingdom of heaven may be compared to a king who gave a wedding feast for his son. And he sent his servant to call those who had previously been invited to the wedding feast.
All right,
What are you
hold on, what are you reading? What are you reading?
Amplified.
Oh my Lord, dude. Jeez.
Brother, I don't read King James. I generally don't like King James. I'm sorry, God forgive
That's your
me.
own problem. We read King James here, all right?
Yeah, man, you always throwing me off, man.
I generally can't, dies and thous and all those words.
You can. You just gotta listen to it first.
Yeah, you just gotta do it. You just gotta do it a lot, man. All right. Let's see.
It says, and the kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king which made a marriage for his son and sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding, and they would not come.
No, hold on.
Bidden.
We're bidden to the wedding and they would not come. Yeah. All right. So somebody look up bidden in the Greek.
We would be refused, no?
To call.
Yeah, to call.
Oh,
what else? Yeah. Is that all that's there?
I literally just read that in Amplified. Amplified says to call, literally. Like, it's just like, come on.
No, Saba, hold on. Talk about Saba. I need to go over what the Amplified is doing because you think I'm looking up the word because I don't know what it means.
No, but okay. It's literally saying the same thing that you guys are
I know, but when you go into the Strongs, it shows you even more what it means. It's not
right.
I wish I could sit down next to you and show you.
It shows like a word from concordance. I'm sure like it shows one of the words.
Saba, of course it does, but that's not why I look it up. I look
to see more what it means more. Okay, yeah, I understand.
So I'm not looking it up because I don't know what this word like. Look, okay, for instance, the word here is bidden. I'm not saying, guys, what does that mean? Because I don't know what bidden means. I know what the word bidden means.
Right.
I'm not saying, hey, guys, I don't know what bidden means. Someone can look it up. And Saba's like, what do you mean? It says right here. It says,
to call.
Yeah, to call. I know what bidden means, to call. That's not why I'm looking it up. Saba's killing me. Saba goes, guys, it means to call. If you got the Amplified, you wouldn't have to go to the Strongs. No. You still got to go to the Strongs. I don't go to the Strong because it's a definition. It teaches me what the word means, okay? All right, so who's gonna break the word down? Bidden.
So when you break the word down, it means to incite by a word or order or command.
Yeah, order or command. Okay, but order or command to do what?
To incite by a word. So basically to order them to come or be it was a commandment for them to come.
Yeah. So what's the number?
22:3.
2564.
Oh, the concordance number. Sorry.
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry.
Got on a Persian thinking cap today.
All right, so it's the word kaleo.
Yeah. Yep, and it comes from 2753.
Yeah, 27. Yeah. All right. So funny. Hey, she laughing so hard she had to mute, bro. All right, 2753. All right. So the reason why it's important to look at both of them very closely is because we're trying to see, is it pointing to a call or is it pointing to chosen?
A command.
No. Oh. No. Is it pointing to call or is it pointing to chosen? Okay, so Saba, go back to where the Gentiles are being asked to come to the wedding. What's the word being used there?
Go back to the Gentiles. Oh, okay. So here, to all people. Okay, yes, I understand. Okay, all people. Where was it? Okay, here, verse 10. Matthew chapter 22, verse 10. Those servants went out into the streets and gathered together all the people they could find, both bad and good. So the wedding hall was filled with dinner guests. Was that one, or
Hold
you want me
on.
to go?
So basically, you got the first group being bidden or commanded or expected. They were expected to come and didn't. And the second group is being collected.
Right. They weren't worthy. That's why they're called, like, not worthy of their invite.
Right. So I looked up gathered together.
All right, so verse 9 says, go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find bid to the marriage. See it, verse 9?
Yes.
All right, now go look up that word bid right there, Benny, and see if it's the same word that we just went.
The same.
It's the same. All right, so it says, so those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all as many as they found, both good, wedding, furnished guests. Okay, it says, and when the king came, let's see, man, which had not. Okay, and then 11 is we'll get there. All right, but let me go back to right here. So it says, for many are called, but few are chosen. Many are called. So if we go look up that word bid, what's in parentheses? Chosen or called?
Called, ordered, commanded.
Called, right? Called.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So if the word bid was used for both Jew and Gentile, and that word bid is called, now let's go to where it says, for many are called. Now, Benny, look up that word called, and is it the same Greek word? In verse 14, for many are called.
14, no, 20.
Kletos, 28-22, Kletos, appointed, invited.
All right, so, but notice this, so it's very close to the other two words, right?
Yeah, it's close.
It's close, but it's pointing to an invitation. Why? Because now it's talking about all that were called. So now it's saying all were invited. It's literally, it's like a derivative. It's like the same thing. Okay.
Yes.
So what's the word for chosen? Is it kleotos or cleo or one of them cleos?
Klektos.
Okay. So what's different with that word?
Seems like it's got a prefix.
Yeah, to a banquet.
Okay. Yeah, but break it down.
Oh, elect, chosen,
all right,
picked out.
Okay, but this one means chosen. It doesn't mean called, right? Elect, chosen, same thing.
Yes.
All right. So now, what does it mean when Jesus said, for many are called, but few are chosen? So what is the many?
Everybody was called, everyone, Jew and Gentiles, they were called, but like just few accepted the invitation.
No.
The few were.
No,
few
the word, hold on. The word chosen is not people accepted.
Elected. Yes, elected. Few were elected.
Okay, so what does that mean? What does that mean?
They chose life.
No, not they chose. He, right here.
He elected.
Okay, so who did he elect?
Brother Sander gave the answer. He's like, he chose the two.
Yeah.
For those who believe.
He says, 12 of you I have chosen, but one of you is the devil, right? Saba?
Wow.
Okay, so many, hold on. So many are called. So this is not saying that he called the Jew. This is where people get this, like I think the Catholics kind of think this way, that there's been like this flip, like the Gentiles are now the Jews, or this very weird thing. We've been grafted in, right? What do they call it? What's it called when they replacement theology? Yeah, replacement theology.
Catholics did.
Right?
That's what the Catholics did. They did away with Israel.
Yeah. So they have this very weird, like we talking about Gentile, we replaced them. No. The chosen were the 12 disciples. Now, does that mean there's no more chosen? No. But in context, the chosen that he's talking about are the disciples. In context of this passage right here. So many were called. Who's the many? Everybody. The whole freaking world. That's the many. Many were called, but a few were chosen. And he's talking about the 12 disciples right now. That's who he's talking about.
Wow.
So, but watch this. He chose Paul too later, right?
Yes.
So there are people that are chosen. There are people that is considered the elect and that kind of thing. I don't know why people argue about this stuff, but in context, he's talking about the 12 that he chose. That's what he's talking about right here. Okay. And even if there were 30 of his disciples, that's still few.
There were a lot of them actually. 12 were remained,
No,
12
there were a lot, okay, that he chose, but he's still talking about who he handpicked,
Yes.
So he's telling the Jews, y'all are rejecting me. I'm calling the Gentiles, but there's only a few that I chose. Look, none of us were alive then. How could he have chosen us to do that?
Right.
Look at Mary.
Well,
Mary was chosen to have Jesus. David was chosen to be king.
So he's talking about them too. He's talking about everyone.
Yeah. I don't want to confuse the waters, but I'm saying if you pay attention to the Bible, there's only few. I'm saying out of how many people there are in the whole world, and you take the ones that he chose to do very specific tasks, there's not a lot of them. Right? How many people wrote the Bible? It's less than 50.
Yes, you have been chosen to teach us the Bible.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. So when we get into because I know people argue against prophets and teachers and preachers, and I understand why. Okay, I think it's stupid to argue about it, but we know today there are still preachers and teachers. We know that. All the other stuff is stupid to argue about it, but I'm saying there will be people still to this day that's chosen to do something, not to stand as mediator between Jesus and God. I don't know why there's people that believe that's what they do, that they're the mediator between Jesus and God. No, he's the mediator, bro. He's the mediator.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, on that, not for people to get confused thinking that it's talking about predestination. Because that's
no, you're right, and that's why I didn't say something I wanted to say, because I don't understand the argument. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. I've seen people who believe in this predestination thing start calling people who don't believe in it heretics. Let me tell you something. You start doing that, it's you that's a problem. When someone has received Christ, you don't look to find out who disagrees with something you're saying so you can damn them to hell. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It's a very elementary, just like low bar, bro, like sucking on your mommy's teat still type behavior, babyish stuff. That's why Paul said that he could not feed meat to certain people because they still act like kids. Your job is not to go around damning people to hell. You either have good news coming out of your mouth or you don't. Okay? Period. Where you get it from, where you get the good news from doesn't matter. Like me giving Rise with a hard time, I do it all the time, but that doesn't matter where it came from. It's either good news or it's not good news. One or the other. There's not 2, 3, 4 good newses, man. Yeah.
We see that when Peter writes in one of his letters, he says that many people have a hard time understanding Paul's writings because they're unlearned, because they're still in the milk. And he was bringing meat.
Yeah, and you'll have people corrupt that, and they'll lie and say, "Oh, it was stuff that he said about the law." Bro, people will say that what he's referring to is about the law. No, bro. Nothing could be further from the truth, man. Listen, there were guys just like Paul that understood the law very well. Paul didn't just start having a more revelation of the law. He didn't have more revelation of the law, bro. He knew exactly what he was supposed to do regarding the stone tablets. He already knew. He did not need, listen, if you ask, and I'm talking about a prudent man, if you ask a prudent man, okay, an atheist, some people say, well, because he's atheist, he's not prudent. No, I'm talking about of this world, okay? He's prudent in this world, and he says, hey, I don't believe in God. And you're a prudent person, and you say, well, I do. And they get to battling this out. They get to arguing whether God is real or he's not real. And then you have someone else come in that has a totally different viewpoint of both of them. The conversations never end. They don't ever end. So, you know what? Before I digress, let me just say this because it's still relevant. Just because someone is disagreeing on how you view something does not make it okay for you to start condemning and saying, well, what you're doing is wrong. And it's so wrong. It's heresy. Come on, man. It's so wrong to you. Okay, I get it. But for some reason, now it becomes right to start sending them to hell. And it's heresy. It's like, I'm correcting them so they don't go to hell. What I'm trying to say is you need to be careful doing that. There's people that's too quick to do. I know exactly what you're saying, Bill. Twice I've already stopped myself from saying something. But the whole, the predestination, the Calvinistic view, I've seen them. They act just like Catholics. As soon as you disagree with them, you're heresy. I used to watch these two guys. It was two Calvinist dudes and a Catholic, and I would see them argue. I would watch for at least 30 minutes, and I can understand the entertaining part. I get that, but of no effect, man. And they're both sending each other to hell. Every 15 minutes, one of them, you're going to hell. 5-10 minutes, 15 minutes, you're going to hell. 15 more minutes. I'm like, look, obviously y'all are both going to hell. All three of y'all going to hell. No, yeah, bro. The Catholic said y'all are going to hell. And the Calvinist said you're going to hell. Y'all are both going to hell now. And I was like, no, let's argue about it. Let's argue how y'all are going to hell. That's how stupid it was. It didn't take me long to figure out that this is nonsense. This pointing the finger, everybody going to hell. No good news coming out of their freaking mouth. I said, it's funny. Y'all been here for at least 30 minutes. I know I've been here for almost 30. So y'all had to have been here 35 at least, maybe 40. And I haven't heard good news come out of either one of your mouths. Oh, well, we can't get there yet. Listen to this crap. Oh, we can't get there yet because they're not receiving what I'm saying. Because you're not giving good news. You keep sending each other to hell. Babies, bro. Babies. Argumentative. They don't know what they're, when you hear someone say they don't know what they're talking about, baby, they don't know what they're talking about. And what I'm saying is you heard them talk for 2 minutes. They don't know what they're talking about. Nobody listen to them. They don't know what they're, baby, bro. Baby. Just ask them, are you saved? Death, burial, and resurrection. Like, how are you viewing Christ? Is he the Messiah? What? After a while, you can say, okay, well, yeah, they're saved, but I don't know why they're saying this. If you don't know why someone is saying something, you don't say they don't know what they're talking about. Find out, why are you saying this? Why? I'm curious. Not, oh, I've never heard that. They don't know what they're talking about. Baby. All right, but all this studying is important. It's not irrelevant to Nehemiah. If anything, it strengthens it. But Saba brought this up right here. What verse was it, Saba, that led you to Matthew 22?
It was verse 4.
Okay, verse 4.
Nehemiah chapter 7, verse 4.
Okay, yeah, 7 verse 4. Now the city was large and great, but the people were few therein, and the house were not builded. So she's saying, well, would that have anything to do with many are called, few are chosen. I don't have a problem with seeing that there. I don't, because what we do know is Christ came to rebuild, and that's what was happening right now. In Nehemiah's story, he's rebuilding.
It will go more with 14, John chapter 14, verse 2. It will go with that better.
Okay, well,
What
read
Jesus
that.
said, like, I have to go and prepare a place for you.
Yeah, well, 100%. That's the one that it's going to, right? I go to prepare a place because it's him. He's rebuilding the ruined place. The walls were crashed, right? Oh, script.
Yeah, here it says, I'm just gonna read it really quick. It says, "In my father's house are many dwelling places." Obviously, in New King James and King James says many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you, because I'm going to prepare a place for you.
Yeah. All right. Let me continue on. 5, and it says, and just to prove the last, or not prove, but to reiterate the last part when we're talking about many are called, few are chosen. We went over that because Saba's like, hey, again, guys, come on. You have to be talking to yourself this way. Like, if this is Christ, how does that line up with what Christ is doing? And so she's hopping. God's not. Listen, God doesn't fall off his throne because you missed it. You're like, well, I wonder if that goes with this. After you study it, oh, okay, yeah, it doesn't go with that. But you'll find where it goes. God doesn't fall off his throne because you're trying to figure it out, man. It's not true. All right. Okay. All right, 5. It says, "And my God put into my heart to gather together the nobles and the rulers and the people, that they might be reckoned by genealogy." So this is where that genealogy is so, back then, it's so important. It's funny now, today, they see the Jews keeping up with genealogy. So you have people to this day that will tell you genealogy is still important. No, bro, the Messiah already came. You understand? The genealogy was important all the way to the Messiah. The Messiah came, genealogy, not so much. Not important. Now there is no Jew or Gentile. So if there's no Jew or Gentile, what would be the purpose of keeping up with genealogy if it wasn't for racist motives? Do you understand? Now we have the purebred. You got to be purebred. That's why genealogy matters. It's got to be pure. You got to be
Persian.
Yeah, oh
like
my
Jesus.
God. Because everybody else is pagans. Y'all are all pagans. All right. So he's got the rulers. Okay, I'm sorry. Found register of the genealogy of them. I'm still in verse 5. Which came up at the first and found written therein. These are the children. Obviously, y'all need to go look at all these names. Okay, it's pretty cool, but we're not gonna do it. All right, y'all can do it. Most people here by now should know how to go study names. These are the children of the province that went up out of captivity, of those that had been carried away, whom Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, had carried away and came again. Notice how they're bringing back Nebuchadnezzar, bro. They're going all the way back. You understand? They never left their genealogy. They're being moved around everywhere, and they're still keeping track of this. Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, who carried away and came again to Jerusalem and to Judea, everyone unto his own city, who came with Zerubbabel, and it starts naming names. There's all the begattins, and it begats all the way to, let's see. That's, so we're still in 7. And verse 60, let's see, verse 7, servants, and they went up also. Okay, we're still going. Tarshish and them, and they should not eat. And I will say this part is actually pretty cool. So we might go, matter of fact, we'll go over some of this in verse 7 and we'll end there. and we'll start back up at 8, because I'm telling you, when you see the begattens and so begat so, and you think you're going to skip, I'm telling you, there's some cool stuff in there. Like, not a lot, like maybe 4 or 5, but you'll find like 2 little sentences that it's like they stop with the begat, right? They'll be like, and so begat so, who was king. And while he was king, he ate 14 grapes and 7 sheep. You find this little bitty thing right there, and you're like, oh, bro. And if you're keeping up with the names and you get to that spot, you're like, bro, like, wow. I mean, God would just blow your mind just nonstop, man, if you slow down. But for descaled time purposes, I recommend you go do all that on your own. But I am going to start at 61. I'm sorry, 60, I think. Yeah. So this is Nehemiah chapter 7, verse 60. And it says, all the temple servants and the sons of Solomon's servants totaled 392. Omen's servants were 392. 61, it says, and these were they which went up also from Tel Melah, Cherub, Adon, my bad, maybe I started too far up. Let's see, house of their seed, 62, and the children of Dela, the children 600, the priest. Yeah, my bad, I started too high. Was called after their name. These sought out the registry. Okay, 64 maybe. These sought their registry among those that were reckoned by genealogy, but it was not found. Therefore, were they as polluted, put from the priesthood. Man, 64 and amplified. These men searched for their ancestral registration among those recorded in the genealogies, but it was not located. So they were excluded, excommunicado, from the priesthood as ceremonially unclean. So if they couldn't find you, you're considered unclean, or like what the Jews call a goy. And to this day, the Jews still kind of they mess with each other, bro. Like it's stupid. They're like, where did you come from? And they're like, I came from the tribe of Dan through the sector 9 and freaking perimeter 46 and template 4, and they got all this. And if they can't find you or they can't prove it, this is what they do: excommunicado, goy, and they'll even try to write your name down, like on this day, this time, these people, these pagans came in and try to lie, and boy, they'll take your photo and everything. You ever come in there again, better be about stone your butt for steadily trying to creep in. They're going to say they try to come in for ways unclean. They try to come in an unclean way. All right, let's see. Right, priesthood. All right, 65. And the Tarshatha said unto them that they should not eat of the most holy things till there stood up a priest with the Urim and the Thummim. It's the funniest thing to me right here. So you're trying to tell these people that you're a Jew, and rightfully so, but they can't find you no way. They ain't nowhere. So they're like, oh, don't worry about it. Check it out. Don't eat this, do this, stay right here, and we're going to get the high priest. And he's going to have the Urim and the Thummim. And when he comes, and if you understand what's about to take place, you might not, you better just run. Like I'm saying, if you're trying to lie, right, and they said the high priest is coming with the Urim, nah, you better kick rocks. This is not good. This is not good. But the Urim and the Thummim says the whole congregation together was 40 and 2,303 score. Right? Yeah. It says, beside their manservants and their maidservants, of whom there were 7,330 and 7, and they had 242 and 5 singing men and singing women. Their horses, and it goes through the numbers of the horses and the mules, the camels. Let's see. Where's the one where it says 430 and 5, 6,720 asses. And some of the chief and the fathers gave unto the work And it, let's see, the Tershatha gave to the treasure 1,000 drams of gold, 50 basins. I mean, bro, that's a lot of gold. And some of the chief of the fathers gave to the treasure of the work of 20,000 drams of gold, 2,200 pounds of silver. Listen, why were they able? Listen, why are all these people able to give all this gold and silver? Like all this stuff that's literally currency. How are they able to give all this? Y'all remember we went over it yesterday. We didn't go over this verse, but we went over something that's the answer.
Because of the usury.
Yeah, because of the usury.
They were taking it from them.
Yeah, right. That's why I always tell and know this. If you are showing Christ, if you are giving people the good news, you know, it's funny, people who put themselves under the law, they call the good news tickling of the ear. This is how stupid we've gotten now. So you'll hear someone talk about Christ and they don't ever bring up sin. So they'll say, see, he tickles your ear. They don't even know what that even means. They think, I've asked so many of these people this, oh, you just listen to that person because the tickling of the ear. And I ask, what is that? What's the tickling of their? They just say whatever you want. Well, that's really not what it is. Saying what everybody wants to hear is not the tickling of the ear. All right, have a good one, bro. But that's not what that is. The tickling of the ear is referring to the flesh. You're pleasing the flesh. Talking about Christ is the opposite of the flesh, bro. It's the dumbest thing when I hear people, they say, yeah, he don't talk about the law. He don't ever tell you to stop sinning. Bro, that's not the good news. What are you talking about? The Jews already had that. That's not the new wine. It's not the new wine. It's not good news. We are supposed to be talking about the good news, and you don't mix the good news with the bad news. I don't know why people don't know that.
Like as if we don't know these things are bad.
It's weird. It's the tickling of the ear is talking about telling people that they're not born again, but they're children of God. That's the tickling of the ear right there. You're telling the flesh that the way you are, God made you like that. That's tickling of the ear. Telling somebody, are you born again? And they go, no, I'm not born again. My friend, you need to be born again. Right now, you're son of the devil. You need to be a son of God. Do you think that tickles the flesh? You think somebody in the flesh wants to hear that? No, they want you to tell them that the way they are, God, that's how God made you. God made you just the way you are. No, bruh. No, he did not. Adam's choice made us the way we are. When we get born again, then at that point, we have been predestined to be as Christ. At that point, not before. At that point. If a person doesn't get born again and they go to hell, I'm going to use these words just so you understand what I'm saying. How were they predestined to be as Christ? They're not. They're not predestined to be as Christ. A fallen man is not predestined to be as Christ. You're only predestined to be as Christ when you become born again, right? Now you are co-heirs, and from that point on, you are predestined to be as he is. So here's all the horses, the gold. Yeah, so all the gold, it was because the debt was clean. And so because their debt was clean, now they have treasure. And who did that treasure come from? In the story, it came from Nehemiah. But the treasure comes from the comforter, which Nehemiah's name, Yahweh is comforter. And it says, and some of the chief of the fathers gave, okay, there's all the gold, all the silver, 72. And that which the rest of the people gave was 20, more gold, more silver. Look at that. It says, and 70 priests' garments. 7 priests' garments, which was representing the high priest garment, the number 7. It's representing the garment. Yeah, there's 7, but the number 7 is pointing to completion and perfection. So the 7 priest garments is, again, it's just confirming that all this is God. Because now even the high priest garment is 7, meaning it is the high priest garment, like the one, like it's it. So the priests and the Levites and the porters and the singers and some of the people and the Nethinims, and all Israel dwelt in their cities. And when the 7th month came, the children of Israel were in their cities. In the 7th month. 7. Again, showing that this is God. The context of all the time is still pointing to God. Okay, so we're done with 6 and 7, so we'll start at 8. Hopefully Monday, or what day are you going to be able to come again, Saba?
Tomorrow I can come.
Yeah, but tomorrow's Saturday.
Tomorrow is Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But Monday.
Okay, Monday.
For sure. Yeah.
All right. So we still got, let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We got like 6 more, but there is another begatting. Where is it at? Oh, I thought there was. Yeah, okay. 11. Let's see. 10, I'm sorry. 10 and 11, I think. Yeah, like half of 10 and half of 11. So, all right, guys, does anybody got anything? Maybe a question or something? Like what we went over? Or what does that say?
Not about what we went over, but I probably have to get with you and Dre. I got a mix board and a mic and a boomstick. I don't know how to use my mix board.
Okay, where'd you get this stuff at? You probably should have asked us, because the best one is the one that me and Dre has. What brand is it?
Yeah, it wasn't great. It was one of the TikTok ads.
Oh,
I fell
man.
for it.
Yeah, you fell for it.
Let me put it. I don't know how to use it, man. I'll see if Trout or Drake can take a look at this.
Yeah.
Help me out.
Yeah. Just send a message in the group chat, and it shouldn't be hard, man. But I don't know anything about the one you have. But I'm telling you, the one that me and Dre have, like, bro. I mean, hey, you know what? You never know, bro. This thing might it might work. But it's got headphones and a mic, right?
Huh? It's got the mic, the boomstick, and the mixer. But it doesn't have no headphones. I gotta get the headphones.
Yeah, you need to get headphones. All you gotta do is plug that sucker in, plug the mic in, plug your headphones in, and talk to yourself in here. And you'll be able to tell if it's quality or not. You'll be able to tell, man. That's all you got to do. You just need to get some headphones, and you got to make sure to get the right kind of headphones too, because you can get the wrong. You can't just go grab any headphones. Like, the sound won't be perfect or whatever. The truth matters. 100%. Yeah. Anybody got anything else? Anybody?
If you buy the cheap ones like I did, you will get the same effects like I got.
If what?
Underwater, static, you wouldn't hear anything.
Yeah, why does yours always do that?
Cheap quality.
Cheap quality. He said he got that one for $5.99. Yeah.
And we got to go over to Solomon's Temple again. I kind of dove into that, and it's interesting. The number is said in the 480th year, he built it. That's after they came out of Egypt. And that number is, I'll go over with you in the back chat or something.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think.
Yeah. That reminds me of something. I'm glad you said that too, because guys, a new song was dropped today, and it's God's Temple. If you haven't heard God's temple, like in your car or on a sound system, you need to go check it out. 100%. It came out today. Go listen to it. Descaled Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, iTunes, Pandora, God's Temple. It came out today. As soon as Benny said, we need to go over to Temple, I was like, that song came out today. So if you haven't heard it, go hear that bad boy. But yeah, we're definitely go. We're never done talking about any of this stuff ever. You know, it's just that like if a part of the Bible, like if God's temple had 500 layers, you can't go over all 500 layers with somebody like that's not really gone over this. You probably go over the first 15, and then one day you'll make it to 30. One day you'll get to 100 layers, but all the layers, man, even if you had all 500 of them, like if the person's like literally on layer 5, what would be the point talking to them about layer 300? Like they're not even going to understand what you're talking about. You know, so. All right, is that it? Anybody got anything else? CJ, Alex, I know y'all got to get together so y'all can do y'all's thing, but hopefully everybody has a great weekend, and we are out. We will see y'all Monday morning.
Adios. Go check out the music.
Yeah.
Unknown caller.